and then maybe take a trip over to Fort Stanton for a little bit, and then come back for the concert and the pageant grounds in the evening there. Kind of make a whole day of that whole area. And Fort Stanton, if you guys have, that's a hidden gem. I mean, I knew it existed, but I'd never really got a chance to go back through the barracks and everything up until recently. And there is you could easily get lost a day in that place too.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
and it tied into to Lincoln what was going on.
Yeah,
Colonel Dudley was stationed, and so many of your participants in the Lincoln County War were ex-military.
Matter of fact, isn't Murphy and Tunstall? I think wasn't Tunstall stationed there?
Tunstall was actually out of England.
Okay.
And he just come with money bags. He was looking for an opportunity. But Murphy was definitely out of Fort Stanton. And there was a huge Irish connection with tons of people there. But they would march back and forth from Lincoln to Fort Stanton. I mean, there was constantly soldiers, especially during this time, because they were trying to get a handle on everything.
Well, if I remember right, basically Lincoln was kind of the supply line for Fort Stanton, right? Like they get all their beef and everything through Lincoln, and if I remember reading right, like I think I kind of put together on my head, I bet when Murphy was there in the military, I'm guessing he was probably somewhere involved with the supply side of things, and he realized, hey, I can be on the other side, and decided to set up shop as a selling goods to the military and stuff as a civilian out of Lincoln. And I'm guessing somewhere along those lines is how his life settled there in Lincoln, New Mexico.
Yeah, no doubt. And a lot of that ties into why Tunstall came and opened his store, because Murphy had the run of it. I mean, imagine you're the only gig in town, you're going to give credit and you're going to charge whatever you want, because what's people going to do?
Right.
And when Tunstall came in, that was just another faction of tension right there, along with the government beef contracts. There was huge government beef contracts, and no one was playing the game that Murphy could with those beef contracts until Tunstall came in.
And Tunstall upset the apple cart.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, just tension from tension to tension. I mean, you start with a life insurance policy in New York City, where McSween went and was hired by Murphy Dolan to go get this life insurance policy that was Emil Fritz. And he gets to New York, and somehow that life insurance policy ends up with McSween. And that starts the whole thing off. And then you get into tensions of government beef contracts and stores. And I mean, it just builds to what eventually ended up just a bloody mess.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, some pockets got lined pretty well too, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yep.
But here we go. When we talk about history and the amazing part in studying it, look at New Mexico today. Look at the landscape we live in today, and you could point back to these points in history and saying, see, this is the evolution that's part of all of that, and that's who we are as New Mexicans, and that's good, bad, the ugly, but that's what happened here, and and now we can understand why things are the way they are sometimes, and to me that's an amazing thing to go back and see it and study it and understand it, and that's it's a lot of fun and great time with family, but going to old Lincoln days is a chance to really peel back and get a deeper understanding of who we are. And who we are as New Mexicans, and how we came to be here, and all that kind of stuff. So
sure, and one of the things that's forgotten as far as Billy the Kid goes, and we have it there at Captain too, with Smokey Bear.
Yeah, absolutely.
There are things that people know and relate to, but don't have a clue. A lot of them don't have a clue really where this stuff happened. This stuff happened right in our backyard. It's right here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's sitting right here. So you can go, you don't know how many I've talked to from Vietnam, from Japan, from Europe, all over the place, that has planned their vacation around the last escape of Billy the Kid, because they know who Billy the Kid is and they love it. They love that Western history.
Yeah.
And that's right in our backyard. and the state and the people of Lincoln have done a tremendous job preserving the place.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's the best preserved place in America, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And if you haven't been to the courthouse, speaking just real quick on the preserving,
sure.
One thing, if you haven't been to the courthouse recently, I was just there a month ago. You can start walking on a lot of the original flooring again, and I know that
awesome.
Some people are kind of like, what? But yeah, the original flooring and everything in that courthouse, it's there, but they've been put plywood over it to protect it, and now they've shored it up again to where they're letting people walk on portions of it. It's which to me is cool in of itself, because you're walking the same footsteps in the same places that all these people we talk about, Billy the Kid on down, right there. We're walking on their footpaths, or going on the same ones you are when you're going looking through it. It's pretty cool.
No, that's exactly right. And like I said, it's awesome because there's some people don't even know New Mexico's in the U.S.
Right,
but they know who Billy the Kid is. Young Guns came out, and however many documentaries, and people know Billy the Kid.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they may not know that the state he did all this in is a state,
right,
but they know Billy the Kid,
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's a huge piece of relating to what New Mexico is.
Absolutely.
I mean, he just became huge through dime store novels, and he became bigger than life. He really did.
Yeah. The only one thing that I don't know that because obviously we all watch the Young Guns movies, and I grew up in Maryland and DC area. I too learned of Billy the Kid's exploits through those movies, and then I came here and moved here and said, "Oh man, those Young Gun movies actually had some historical accuracy to them, somewhat."
There was some.
But,
there was some, and then there was some that you had to do a little Hollywood stuff, but that's part of it.
Exactly.
That's what happens. But Young Guns was huge.
Yeah.
People still talk about that, and they still. I mean, it was some great movies. It was great.
I think one of the things that I necessarily, and this is where the lines get blurred a little bit, and Lincoln does a great job of it. When you start going through and reading the history and reading in the courthouse and in the various buildings downtown, down through the town and everything, they do a good job of explaining this. But I think the Young Guns movies almost, of course, the hero in those movies are Billy the Kid and that side of things, and granted, the Tunstall side and breaking up, all that's the good guys' side on things, but there's a lot of law enforcement, a lot of good men that died on both sides of this, and I think we forget that sometimes, and we in our heads kind of like, okay, Murphy's side bad guys, Billy the Kid and Tunstall's good guys, and to be honest, it's a whole lot muddier than that. It really is.
Oh, it is definitely cloudy. I promise you. But that's one thing people. Because you hear both sides, but I hear it all the time. Well, he was just a killer of police. Well, he really wasn't, because the regulators and the kid were actually deputies at one time.
Sure, yeah.
So they were deputized. They were lawmen at one time. So you can't do that time period to this time period and call that equivalency.
Sure.
Because it wasn't. When you say, well, they killed cops. Okay, well, what about Brewer? When Brewer was killed by Buckshot Roberts, he was deputized. He was a lawman.
Yeah,
the kid was a lawman then. So how do you say that? I mean, it doesn't match up.
Yeah,
and it's not like today. Today you have a clear definition.
Sure,
you have the law, and you don't. Clear definition.
Sure.
Back then, who really was the law? Who wasn't the law? I mean, it's totally not on the same level.
Yeah,
so,
I understand.
So I've heard that argument.
Sure. Well, and I guess I think the point I'm making is everybody was badged up. You know what I mean?
Exactly right. Yeah.
It's so it's just muddy,
Sure. No, you kind of had to pick what you felt was beneficial to you. I hate to say that.
Yeah.
And then that's where you lean. That's the side you went to.
And literally the town did the same thing, right? During the time. I mean, there were some people that were supporting the Murphy side and others supporting the Tunstall side. And they had various hideouts, and men from the various groups were, hiding in different buildings there or calling different headquarters. And even though they weren't necessarily exactly Tunstall or Murphy people, their factions kind of aligned with those people. And it was, I mean, it was a big deal. Am I pretty close on that? As far it was.
Oh, absolutely. There was a guy named Jesse Evans, and there's a book written about him. And I've always believed Jesse Evans was way more of a bad cat than even the kid himself. I mean, this guy would actually be on this side this day because they're paying him. Uh-huh. And the next day he was totally shooting at the side that paid him yesterday. I mean, this guy, you talk about sleeping with one eye open.
No kidding.
That's what you had to do. And think about this. Houston Chapman, who was the lawyer that was shot in the middle of the street in front of the courthouse, his body burns, and it burns all night in the street, okay, because of the black powder that lit his clothes on fire. Well, what's the kid doing? The kid is there and witnesses Chapman killed. Who kills Chapman? Dolan. Why is the kid and Dolan together? Have you ever thought of that?
No.
Why is the kid and Dolan together so the kid can see him shoot Chapman? So there's things that I'm sure go
sure.
deeper than.
Well, and it's a small town. Everybody knows everybody. And I'm sure, think about, if this was going on like in your neighborhood or something and everybody, yeah, okay, there might still be even moments, Civil War. I mean, how many times did the sides mingle and interact? At the end of the day, we all chewed the same dirt. So
right.
there's
what's
that.
Crazy is here you spent your whole time trying to get this Dolan. You're after him. There's bloodshed. Your buddies have been killed by him. And all of a sudden, here you're going to be able to turn state's evidence against him.
Sure.
Because you're in the same street seeing him shoot this lawyer.
Sure.
So you sit there and think, well, why didn't you just plug him? Why are you, it's just, some of the stuff just mingles and it's just crazy.
I'm curious because obviously at some point the cavalry's getting involved in this from Fort Stanton and all that, but were they in the Murphy pocket at that point because of obviously Murphy's connections being from the fort and his connections with the meat? Were they kind of his henchmen there, or were they really independent?
Well, there is that tie.
Yeah.
And when you look at that tie, put it this way, the military goes into Lincoln, and during the 5-day battle, there's 3 or 4 buildings occupied by the McSween faction.
Mm-hmm.
The military comes in, they face their howitzers at the Montano store.
Yes.
And when they do that, they don't even have to fire a shot. They just face it at the Montano store, and here that whole area runs and leaves.
Okay.
So when that happens, now you've faced the whole high point of this battle. You've turned and you've faced right to the McSween house.
Gotcha.
You don't have to worry about anything else in town. So they didn't even fire, excuse me, they didn't even fire a shot right then.
Okay.
They didn't have to. Just the intimidation of that kind of gun has now leveled off for them and made them focus just on that McSween house.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, and then the kid and them did state when they left the McSween house escaping, there was military guys taking shots at them. They stated that. They said, hey, the military's not supposed to be shooting at us, and here we're getting shots for, on the way out the door from them.
So it's kind of like, yeah, well, again, it's much like the times. Some are, the muddy part.
Yeah, really muddy. And, people don't think about it, but the real winner of all this, so somebody said, well, who was the winner of the of the Lincoln County. The real winner, there were two winners. One, I think Billy the Kid, because look at the fame.
Sure.
I mean, look at what he's done for New Mexico in monetary value since then.
Yeah.
There's been thousands of dollars spent because of Billy the Kid in the state.
He's a superstar, and he hasn't been on this earth in over 100 years. So, you know.
And I mean, we see it this coming weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Look at how much money is going to be spent because of this guy. You know,
you're right.
That made history. So I think he was a winner, and I think New Mexico was a winner because of him.
Sure.
But I think Dolan was a winner. He's the one that's still standing at the end of all this.
This is true.
You know, so who's left standing? Dolan. So who's probably the winner of the war itself? You'd have to say Dolan. I mean, I've seen a document. The San Juan mission was built in 1887.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen a document where they're talking about donated materials to build the mission. Well, I get to reading, and the signature on there, and the guy writing it all is Dolan. He's the treasurer. He's the treasurer for the San Juan mission. Now, how crazy is that?
Welcome to New Mexico.
Yeah. So to me, here's your two winners.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Really, I say the Kid was a winner, and he was, but I think the state was a winner because of the Kid.
Sure.
I mean, who would have known, like you said, this long afterwards, he's known so well, and he's brought so much monetary value to the state of New Mexico.
Absolutely, but even take the historical lessons learned from that time, and we're still learning from them today. It's just a neat piece of thing, and it's right here in our own backyard. And we're running out of time, but I do want to remind folks, go. If you've never been, go. If you've been in a while, go. If you went last time, go. It doesn't matter. It's just a great experience. It's August 6th, 7th, and 8th. It's right there in Lincoln. Get there during the day and visit all the different booths and everything that's going to be going on, but definitely make sure you're there for the concerts and for the Last Escapability Kid. Now, there's going to be Friday and Saturday night performances again, the 6th and 7th at 8:30 p.m., and then on Sunday, a matinee performance at 3 p.m. Get there early because the cost of admission includes tickets to a free concert beforehand. If you come out Friday night or Saturday night, you're going to get to enjoy the Clay Mack Band from Deming, New Mexico at 7 p.m. If you come out for Sunday, you not only get to be a part of the parade and Cowboy Church, all that kind of stuff, but you get to enjoy at 1:30 a concert with Susie Weber-Hildman and Olivia and Dan Hildman, and then at 3 o'clock will be the pageant itself. You can get your pageant tickets at the gate there, right by if you go park by the courthouse, all that, you'll at that end of town, you'll see it all right there. Admission is $10 for adults, kids $6 if you're 6 to 12, and then children 5 and under completely free. Best way is to get your tickets right there at the gate, probably, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll have ticket sales going all 3 days right there at the gate. And as I said, you know, you get out a really hot heat, you get to enjoy an evening and really take in some neat history, and one of the only, like I say, if not the only, true remaining folk pageants left in the United States.
Yes.
And we've got it right there.
Come see it, come and experience it. It's so cool. I love it every year. I think it's, there's certain traditions around our area, especially in that area, that I like to try to get to every year or to be a part of. And Lincoln's one of those. The other one's the Flying J Ranch, if y'all ever get a chance. That's a beautiful place to go
absolutely.
to.
Yep.
But
no doubt.
Definitely. Mark it on your calendars, August 6th through the 8th, here in beautiful Lincoln, New Mexico. Just a short, about an hour trip here, depending on how fast you drive. And we'll be, then you're in the mountains, and it's just bring the whole family. Bring just a great sense of adventure, because you're going to have fun. There's going to be great food. There's everything to experience is right there. It's all right there. You can walk right to a park and walk from one end of the town to the other and see everything and not completely be tuckered out either. It's really great. So awesome. Well, Kent,
right.
Appreciate the visit as always. We'll talk to you again soon. We'll have to get you on the phone from some other stuff not relating to this, football or something. I don't know. You got so many other areas we talk about, but
yeah, we can talk a little football. I know how to do that too, man.
Just don't mix them up, Billy the Kid and football at the same time.
That's what's great about this time of year. It's the pageant, but it's the start of football. And look at all the great things in fall. The pageant, at the beginning, then you got football, the green chili. I'm kind of helping you out with a lead in on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Apples, the whole bit. So, yeah, it's a great time of year. I'd love to talk to you more about whatever you want to talk about. Let it rip.
I think we should just start marketing it where Old Lincoln Days is the official gateway to fall, where that's the first event, and then all the other cool stuff starts. But it starts at Old Lincoln Days, and then we go right into football and green chili and all the other cool stuff. So
the whole bit. No, I totally agree. We can call it the gateway because that's what it's been to me. This will be my 45th year in this thing.
So you got pretty good at it at this point.
You know what? I kind of remember some of the lines by now. So yeah, no doubt.
They're in his sleep. Awesome.
Well, I sure did enjoy you, man. You sure do make it fun. So thanks a lot.
We do appreciate you, and thanks for joining us. And we'll talk again soon. Okay, Kent.
All right, man.
All right. Take care. Bye. All right, that was Kent McInnes talking Old Lincoln Days, August 6th, 7th, and 8th. It really isn't it's just a fun time. I highly recommend you get involved and go check it out. All right, it is 7:55. Let's do a quick news and break before, more news. Don't go away.
Now for a Pecos Valley News update, I'm Jared Cirillo. Roswell Police Department Lieutenant Ron Smith recently graduated from the Command and Staff Leadership Program of the National Command and Staff College. Lieutenant Smith was among 23 law enforcement commanders who graduated this month from the 8-week leadership education program. The program consisted of 6 weeks of online education, followed by 2 weeks of in-person classroom learning at the St. Charles Parish Sheriff's Office Training Center and Special Services Complex in Luling, Louisiana. The City of Roswell's Keep Roswell Beautiful program has been granted $28,000. That money will be used for a variety of projects, some of which are a litter prevention campaign, large trash cans to be used at events, cleanup supplies for community cleanup efforts, a recyclable art youth project, a pollinator garden at the zoo, the annual Arbor Day tree seedlings giveaway, and a community mural. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
The summer of savings is on now at Roswell Honda. The combination of an overstocked pre-owned lot and the most money ever for your trade means that here and now is the best time ever to buy. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, and crossovers, something for everyone, and all priced way below MSRP. Before you get back to business, get to Roswell Honda to see the savings for yourself. And lenders on hand mean a hassle-free one-stop shopping experience. Dive into the summer of savings on now at Roswell Honda. 2177 West 2nd.
Sure, you can inspect your own roof, get out that rickety ladder, crawl around up there and try to spot the problem until... Or you could call the experts at Do Right Roofing. Do Right Roofing has quality products for any type of roof. They can even install seamless gutters. Do Right Roofing will inspect your roof and give you a free estimate fast. Keep your feet on the ground. Call Do Right Roofing today.
575-623-2273. Let Do Right do your roof right.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
If you like the intensity, the insanity that is championship bull riding, then make plans to attend the return of the Smoking Hot Bull Riding Friday night, July 30th at the Artesia Horse Council Arena. 40 of the toughest bull riders in the Southwest going head-to-head with the meanest bulls on the planet. The fastest 8 seconds in sports. Spoiler alert, the Cowboys don't always win. The Smoking Hot Bull Riding Friday, July 30th in Artesia, New Mexico.
Bob Reed Pest Control protects you and your home by controlling pests that invade. Bob Reed Pest Control understands the importance of safety in and around your home from unwanted pests, and they offer answers and solutions when you need them most. Protect your home, your children, and your pets from the dangers of poisonous bugs and insects. Let Bob Reed Pest Control and their fully licensed professionals start working for you and your family today. Call 623-5344, serving all of southeastern New Mexico. Find them fast in names and numbers.
Up your spotting game with the help of Zia Guns USA in Roswell. Zia Guns USA is now an authorized full-line Tacticam dealer. The same scopes, cameras, and spotting equipment that the big boys use on TV. So now you can capture your hunt like never before. Zia Guns USA in Roswell also has a new shipment of knives by Benchmade and Case. Come check out the amazing selection for yourself. Take your hunt to the next level with Zia Guns USA in Roswell. Closed on Saturdays but open on Sundays at 1907 North Main in Roswell.
A lot of land comes with a lot of work. The new Kubota MX series has a lot to offer, including the versatility to mow, move hay bales, grade roads, and clear brush and snow. An optional spacious cab to keep you comfortable in any conditions. A front-end loader with excellent loader lift capacity, hydrostatic or gear transmission options, and affordably priced. Visit your local Kubota dealer today.
Amigo Machinery, 2801 Southeast Main Street, Roswell.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. A U.S. quarter has 119 grooves on its edge. A dime has one less groove. So by definition, that makes a dime less groovy. Here's Mike Winters.
And we're closing in on 8 o'clock. Town Hall News up next. We'll be back. Don't go away.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Jeremy House. President Biden will announce this afternoon that federal employees must show proof they've received a coronavirus vaccine or submit to regular testing and stringent social distancing, masking, and travel restrictions. A tsunami warning was issued for parts of Alaska after a large earthquake struck the peninsula. U.S. Geological Survey geophysicist Randy Baldwin says the quake hit in a remote area where many earthquakes have occurred over the years.
You have this subduction zone that's 1,000 miles long, and there have been quite a number of quakes of large size that have occurred there in the past.
Baldwin said the quake was a magnitude 8.2 and hit 56 miles east-southeast of Perryville. The Senate has voted to start work on a nearly $1 trillion national infrastructure package. The deal would be partly paid for by repurposing unspent COVID-19 relief aid. U.S. jobless claims dropped by 24,000 to 400,000 this past week.
Applications for U.S. state unemployment fell last week, signaling that the labor market continues to improve even as the Delta variant of COVID-19 rages amid sustained vaccine hesitancy. Initial jobless claims in regular state programs totaled 400,000 in the week ending July 24th, down 24,000 from the prior week. Weekly unemployment claims have fallen considerably since the beginning of the year against the backdrop of elevated labor demand. At the same time, the Delta variant that's fueled a recent surge in new infections across the country poses a risk. Bernie Bennett reporting.
Fueled by vaccinations and government aid, the Commerce Department says the U.S. economy grew at a 6.5% annual rate last quarter. On Wall Street, the Dow was up 157 points at 35,000. The NASDAQ is ahead by 30. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Let's be boring and do a commercial about cash-out refinances. It's Ryan, and our mortgage team will often have a listener say, I think I understand what a cash-out refinance is, but can't that be bad for you sometimes? So let's hit on that. As with anything, it's certainly not the right move for everyone. If we don't have to, we don't want to add a bunch of years onto our loan, or increase our monthly payment too much, or pay more in the long run. But because home values have skyrocketed so far up the last few years, while rates have come so far down, we've seen many scenarios where listeners today can pull out a significant chunk of money from the new value in their home, while lowering the years on the overall loan, while lowering their monthly payment, and lowering how much they ultimately pay. The key is to just look at the whole picture and be honest with yourself about your situation. If you're looking for someone to show you your options, we are United Faith Mortgage.
United Faith Mortgage is a DBA of United Mortgage Corp. 25 Melville Park Road, Melville, New York. Licensed mortgage banker. For all licensing information, go to nmlsconsumeraccess.org. Corporate NMLS number 1330. Equal housing lender. Licensed in Alaska, Hawaii, Georgia, Massachusetts, North Dakota, South Dakota, or Utah.
Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell says with the spread of the Delta variant, successful vaccination campaigns are key to sustaining the economic recovery.
As vaccinations rise, we can nonetheless get back to our economic activity, but it is both the right thing to do and very much in our interest to make sure that vaccination happens broadly around the world.
Powell says the coronavirus remains a threat to the U.S. and global economy. 3 school teachers in Washington state who sued chemical company Monsanto over exposure to materials in fluorescent lights have been awarded $185 million. The law firm representing the teachers says the jury returned the verdict on Tuesday. Teachers say they suffered brain damage from exposure to PCBs in the fluorescent lighting at Sky Valley Education Center in Monroe, Washington. News and analysis at townhall.com. Kansas Governor Laura Kelly is imposing a mask mandate for state government workers and visitors to state buildings amid a surge in new coronavirus cases fueled by the more contagious Delta variant. Kelly says misinformation about COVID-19 has caused avoidable suffering and deaths.
Playing politics with this disease has caused confusion and ultimately suffering and death. We know that almost every single Kansan who has COVID now and is in an intensive care unit bed is unvaccinated. By the time you reach the ICU, it is too late.
At the Summer Olympics in Tokyo, an American finished atop the podium in the women's gymnastics all-around. Sunisa Lee became the 5th straight American woman to claim the Olympic title on Thursday, edging Rebecca Andrade of Brazil. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
Los Dos.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Yeah, buddy.
Hope all of you are having a wonderful day so far.
Oh, yeah.
Thursday's sunny.
Always nice.
No rain today.
Look at that.
Or really Saturday afternoon or Saturday night through like next week, we got good rain chances, according to the weather today.
Okay. But today, clear skies.
Correct.
Today, relatively calm winds.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Nothing that we're not used to.
Good. Because yesterday was a bummer.
Yeah, it got a little breezy there in the afternoon. Little quippy.
It did. Indeed.
5 to 15 today.
Okay.
So
that's doable.
Yeah, not too bad.
No.
93.
Nice.
We'll be in the 90s, like 95 tomorrow. Then Saturday 94. And then, we got rain, like a 20% Saturday night, but Sunday is like a 50% chance of rain, 60% on Monday.
Wow.
40% on Tuesday. A little cooler Monday and Tuesday. Sunday, like 91, 90, 88 on Wednesday. So, yeah.
You know, it's funny. For as hot as the summer started out, or the late spring, we'll call it, and for as hot as the rest of the country is right now, dealing with all the heat waves, we've had a relatively mild summer here. I mean, for the chunk of the summer, it's been pretty nice.
You know, we had the 100. Yeah, it was actually. We had the hotter streaks like in June and May.
Yeah, it was like, I mean, when I was sitting there thinking, if this is what it is in May and June, we're screwed come August, September.
Yeah.
But it's been knock on wood, it's been relatively nice so far. There I go putting it out in the ether and messing everything up.
Yeah. Do we have somebody out there? I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'm trying to figure out what's going on there.
Got yeah.
Is there a guest?
Yes.
Whom? I have a phone-in guess. That's why I was wondering what's going on there. I was trying to figure out. Hey, it is 8 minutes after 8 o'clock, and real quick before we get into weather and all of that, it's that Thursday.
Yeah,
that's what I had written down.
That's what I wasn't totally sure about.
Okay, because I have Paul Weir calling in too, so
Right.
I might do a quick flippered Ruby on that and all that. We have, of course, we're going to figure it out. Paul Weir, he's the athletic director for, you might know him because he used to coach UNM Lobos basketball, but he is now the AD for, and they sent me a thing last night seeing if they could call in at 8:15. So they're going to call in here in a few. And then we got Damon Graham from New York Life. We're going to get them all in here. I'm going to figure out. We'll give Paul a few minutes here and see if he calls in.
It's a hot mess, everybody.
Can you hang for a couple minutes, and then we'll do all that. So real quick, let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. High pressure over West Texas will be moving dry air into eastern New Mexico today. Looks like we'll stay mostly sunny, but we can't rule out an isolated afternoon thunderstorm around Carlsbad and Artesia. Our afternoon highs will be in the low 90s. Overnight, partly cloudy and about 70, and then we're in the low to mid 90s and mostly sunny on Friday. Sunny Saturday, shower Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 72 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 68%. Winds are, in fact, calm at the moment. We could get, but nothing expected bad today. Sunny skies, highs of 93. Southeast winds 5 to 15. Atypical summer day here in southeast New Mexico. Tonight, partly cloudy, overnight low of 70. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. For you Friday, sunny, highs right around 95 expected. Winds will be out of the south 5 to 10 miles per hour on Friday. Friday night, partly cloudy, overnight low of 70. South winds 5 to 10. And then looking at the weekend, for the day, during the day Saturday, mostly sunny, high of 94. South winds 5 to 10. And then beginning Saturday night and continuing through at least the first half of next week, we've got rain chances. 20% Saturday night, but partly cloudy, overnight low of 71. Sunday, our chance of rain bumps up to 50%, mostly sunny otherwise, highs around 91. That 50% chance of rain continues into Sunday evening, mostly cloudy otherwise with an overnight low of 70. And then the first half of next week, Monday, we're looking at a 60% chance of showers, otherwise mostly cloudy and 88. Tuesday, a 40% chance of rain, partly cloudy, highs around 90. Wednesday, a 30% chance of rain, partly cloudy, highs around 88. So there we go. We got rain chances for the weekend, but not so much, well, today or tomorrow. All right. Real quick before we take a break here, I'll tell you here in just a second. But Zia Guns USA here in Roswell, they are right now. They have Rossi 22 caliber rifles. They're on sale for just $149. Get them while supplies last. They've got a new shipment of knives in as well, if by Bench and Case, those companies. They've got brand new shipments of knives from those two companies. Also, Zia Guns USA here in Roswell is your full-line Tacticam dealer. These are the same Tacticams you see on hunting shows all across the planet. Well, they got them here at Zia Guns. Also, they carry Black Rifle Coffee. They've got the whole line of Black Rifle Coffee products available for you at Zia Guns. Also, Dr. Squatch Soap. They're the only authorized Dr. Squatch retailer in the region. So you may have seen their soap products online. Well, now you can see them for yourself in person, smell them, all that before you actually purchase them. And you can do that at Zia Guns USA here in Roswell. They're also buying guns. They've got cash on hand in the store, and they're making offers, whether it's selling a single gun, a gun collection, or a entire state sale of firearms. They're buying them, and they're making offers right now. Stop on by Zia Guns, your locally owned Zia Guns USA here in Roswell, located at 1907 North Main, the only gun store to be open on Sundays but closed on Saturdays because they spend Saturdays with family, and you should too. Stop on by 1907 North Main here in Roswell. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then Paul Weir are going to join us on the other side. Don't go away.
If you have a student who's ready to further their education, think Eastern New Mexico University first. The state of New Mexico, through the Lottery Scholarship Program, will pay 100% of your student's tuition if you are a New Mexico resident. Don't miss out on this great opportunity to further your student's higher education at the only 4-year university on the High Plains. For more information, visit enmu.edu. Explore, experience, excel. Eastern New Mexico University.
Martine's Capital Cafe in Roswell offers authentic and highly rated New Mexico food. Explore their amazing menu featuring huevos rancheros or asado with eggs or their green chili stew. And you can't forget their award-winning green chili cheeseburger, all made from scratch using their finest and freshest ingredients. Open for carryout with curbside delivery or limited dine-in. Just call ahead 624-2111. Martine's Capital Cafe, always pleasing the most refined palate. Open Monday through Saturday from 6 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. at 110 West 4th in Roswell.
The summer of savings is on now at Roswell Honda. The combination of an overstocked pre-owned lot and the most money ever for your trade means that here and now is the best time ever to buy. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, and crossovers, something for everyone, and all priced way below MSRP. Before you get back to business, get to Roswell Honda to see the savings for yourself. And lenders on hand mean a hassle-free one-stop shopping experience. Dive into the summer of savings on now at Roswell Honda. 2177 West 2nd.
You may say I have nothing to hide or I don't say anything the government would want to hear. But why would you allow unwanted intrusions of your privacy? At any given time, there are 3 to 5 agencies listening in on your cell phone calls. DEAF prevents outside entities from listening in by cloaking your phone from all-seeing technology. What they can't see, they can't hack. Sign up now for DEAF at deafprotection.com. That's deafprotection.com.
Your home is your sanctuary, and the land it's built on is even more precious. So when termites start devouring your house, you want a proven treatment that's environmentally responsible. You want the Centricon Termite Colony Elimination System. The Centricon system is the green way to protect homes from subterranean termites. Rather than surrounding your house with hundreds of gallons of diluted chemical solution, the Centricon system strategically uses just a few grams of active ingredient in termite bait, working with natural termite behavior to destroy termite colonies. With this technology, it's no wonder the Centricon system became the only termite treatment to receive the Presidential Green Chemistry Challenge Award from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. And homeowners rate the Centricon system as the most environmentally sound termite treatment. Your home is your sanctuary, so monitor, bait, and eliminate termites with the Centricon system. Think of it as your own little piece on Earth.
Call Bob Reed Pest Control today in Roswell, 623-5344, or anywhere in southeast New Mexico at 877-623-5344.
Talk about local color. Your trees are supposed to be green, not yellow. Hello, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. While we've been talking about our colorful geraniums, I've been noticing a lot of yellow trees around town, particularly those globe willows. It may come as a shock to you, but those trees are supposed to be green. If you have yellow trees, come see us at Roswell Seed Company. We have a fix that's fast and easy and doesn't cost very much. Remember, it's okay to have yellow flowers, but not yellow trees.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The world's oldest chewing gum dates back to at least 5,000 years. After chewing it, they stuck it at the bottom of their desk. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 17 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us, or 8 o'clock, I'm sorry, I was an hour ahead of myself. Joining us in studio, or excuse me, on the phone this morning is newly named Athletic Director for Eastern New Mexico University Portales, Dr. Paul Weir, or should I say, Coach, Doctor? Would you probably answered all of them, don't you?
That's a good point. Yes.
So I guess depending on the circle you're in, you're either coach or doctor. But
yeah, I've been coach for a while. I walked in here and everyone's calling me doctor, and I'm like, geez, I don't get called that very often. So I'll have to adjust a little bit.
Well, I'm sure you're kind of like, well, at least in the world of coaching, obviously you're a lightning rod at everything, especially when you're, at UNM level. So you're like, hey, you just call me coach or doctor. I'll call that a win either way.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. It beats some alternatives. That's for sure.
Absolutely. So let me ask, how is the transition from really coaching to being athletic director? How has that been for you?
I probably haven't had a ton of time to reflect on it yet because I've had a really busy summer, and I was coaching this past summer with the Canadian under-19 national team. So I kind of got back from that just a few weeks ago. I accepted this job. I came right here. I've been kind of working ever since. I'm driving back and forth to Albuquerque to help move my family. So I really haven't had a lot of time to kind of sit back and think much about where all this sits and put it in perspective. I've just been trying to get caught up and work as hard as I can to do the best job that I can. But I'm sure in time I'll have a little bit more, time on my hands to think a little bit about what this means and where it's going to go and how much I miss coaching or don't. And, right now I'm excited about this opportunity, and I'm just going to dive into it for as hard and long as I can.
Sure. Well, and this is the obviously as a head coach of any organization, whether it's a football team, a basketball team, a high school, college, pros, it doesn't matter. The coach side, I mean, we always think of the X's and O's side, but every time you get to that head coach level, especially in a college program, it's almost as much time as you're spending coaching students, you're spending just as much time doing the logistics of a team, of running a team, the scheduling, all the fun, unsexy part of it. The AD side is kind of almost exclusively all of that, isn't it? Where it's, or do you get a chance to work with athletes and things at that coaching level still as an AD?
Yeah, I think there's obviously, to your point, probably some similarities across the board in just leadership and guiding an organization. The coaches have a lot more hands-on time with the kids than an administrator like myself would have. So you're right. The question will be, how much of that do I miss? But at the same time, having the opportunity to kind of work with coaches is impactful as well. There's a lot of really talented young coaches here that are starting their careers, and I'm looking forward to being able to, lend my experiences and my successes and failures to them and hopefully make them better and kind of help the kids in a different way now, where I'm maybe helping the people that are helping them. So hopefully in a different way, I'll be able to kind of impact kids' lives.
Sure. I'm just, because you're obviously, for folks that don't know, you've coached at the highest levels in college, UNM, the head basketball. I mean, you've got extensive New Mexico coaching experience here. How is that, when you go into this new role as AD, are you, how, are your expectations, are you looking this as like moving on as the next level in your career, as now you want to be on the admin side, or is your goal to still get involved with coaching? I mean, because I imagine, and like you said, you're kind of learning right now whether how much you miss coaching or not, but I mean, is there a factor there, are you thinking it's like, man, I know I want, AD, this is the right thing, but deep in my heart, I'd love to be sitting behind a bench somewhere.
Yeah, no, I think, look, you wouldn't be calling me, or we wouldn't be joking about people calling me, Dr. Weir, if I wasn't always, thinking about other things, and I've taught classes at UNM as a faculty member. I've obviously kind of gone to school and gotten degrees, and I've been a little bit of a non-traditional profile as a coach, and I never knew where that was going to lead, because I was enjoying coaching and the experience and the opportunity. And I've lived in this state for quite a long time. I met my wife here. My kids have been born here. So when an opportunity like this became available, that was in the state, that could utilize, the combinations of skills and experiences I've had, I'm like, you know what, this seems like a really neat opportunity to explore. And then when I explored it and I got to meet all the people around it, and you kind of start to see how small this state is, and that a lot of people I knew here or knew from there, and my different stops along the way, and how it all kind of tied together, I thought, man, this could be a really neat experience. So that's really where my head's at now, and I'm going to dive into it. I have a lot of aspirations and ideas for what could make this place great, and that's where my focus is going to be.
Sure. Let me ask you this, kind of in that transition we're talking about here. Obviously, a college the level of UNM versus versus Eastern New Mexico University Portales. When we talk about sports programs, it's different classes, things like that. But as far as how the athletic programs run, are there a lot of similarities, or is it night and day difference between the NCAA, the 1As versus your 2As? I mean, is it similar but different, or is there vast differences?
I would say at its core, they're all the same. Really at its true core. When you're dealing with kids and you're dealing with sports and the competitive element, the academic component, just really what everybody's here for.
Yeah.
Now the resources and the funding are obviously different, and the scope of things you're handling are a little bit different. So there are some differences for the athletes, for people that work here.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say, and I felt this way about Eastern for many years, driving through and being here for recruiting or whatever it might be. There's a lot of potential at Eastern New Mexico that I think in different degrees and maybe in different sports and at different times, it's been able to kind of show flashes of success. But
Sure.
If we're able to kind of centralize everything and get aligned as a department and a university and just overall as a community, I really think Eastern has some incredible potential to grow and develop itself into a fantastic institution and athletic department along with it.
Sure. I'm kind of curious, and this might get philosophical and everything, but because obviously too the missions are a little bit different and what I mean by that is obviously every level of college, the mission's to get the students their degrees, and that's goal one. But obviously at the UNM level, there's some of those players do have aspirations of playing the sport beyond their days at college. Whereas at face it, at Eastern, that percentage of athlete is much smaller. Is that
sure?
So I always wondered if, because of reasons like that, obviously that's got to change the success level. Does the when you're sitting at UNM and everyone's looking at win-loss records, is that still the same mentality at Eastern or that level? I mean, obviously everyone wants to win, but is the pressure there the same?
It's a good question. I think to my point earlier, whether it's high school, to your point, whether it's high school, college, and pro, there's a lot of carryover.
Mm-hmm.
And I think anyone who's American and likes sports, they want their team to win. So I think, whether it's our current athletes, whether it's our current coaches, whether it's alumni, former athletes, local community members, I don't think they come to the games, just wondering which way it's going to go. I mean, they come thinking, hey, I really hope this team wins tonight.
Sure.
So I think that's the beauty of sports. And I think all of our teams and coaches and players, I hope are going in with that competitive spirit
Sure.
and wanting to represent themselves and ourselves well. Now, does that mean that when you watch a contest at Eastern, you're watching the same as the University of Texas or Texas Tech or whomever it might be?
Sure.
Maybe not, but I don't know if that changes the fundamental core of why everyone's there and
Gotcha.
and what everyone's trying to do in that contest.
I guess, because obviously, like you said earlier, the funding and the money and where it comes from at a UNM level is going to be way different than at Eastern level. I didn't know if that comes with the added pressure, maybe, and that's kind of where you know what I'm saying.
Sure. For definitely so. Yes,
Yeah.
I think when you're dealing with more money, there's a lot more eyes on it. There's
Sure.
a lot more introspection, and I think when you're dealing with a little bit less, you're right. The mission probably broadens a little bit more,
Sure.
and the expectations of people probably aren't quite the same.
Sure. Whereas I think, and the point, and we'll kind of move on here, but when you look at statistics from Eastern New Mexico University and say, hey, yeah, our record as a basketball team is 20 and 37 or something. Yeah. But look at our numbers. We have 5 students on the team that are our dean's list. We have, you know what I mean?
Sure.
You can look at that and tout that as that's program success. Where if you say that at UNM, they're like, yeah, but you only got so many wins. And I guess that's kind of that difference I'm trying to point out. Whereas at Eastern, I think you get more chance to focus on the student successes. Where when you get to that NC 1A level. The coaches, you want to focus on that, but you're answering to a little bit different different person on there, I guess. Does that make sense what I'm trying to?
It does. It does. Yes. And you're I think you're exactly right.
Yeah. And so I think that and for you, I've got to imagine that lets you focus more on the fundamentals of your job rather than trying to please someone that's going to basically be a donor. You know what I mean?
I think so. The student experience, I mean, I think anyone in athletics, you put the student experiences first, whether you're in high school, whether you're in college. I think the experience of the students is something you want to put at the forefront. And with that, as you get higher, a lot of those resources are probably put into that experience being successful on the court, maybe a little bit more of an emphasis than off the court. Whereas here, with more limited resources, those ones, particularly at the outset, are going maybe more towards academics or a more holistic approach to the experience. And as you get higher and you get more funding, you end up putting a lot more of those dollars into increasing the competitiveness of your team.
Sure. Yeah, it's with success on the one side, the other will come, and I guess that's where you come in and say that's where I try to make that happen and create the we got the great people and we got a great situation here. My job's to come in and let other people see that and try to enhance to it. And
sure,
yeah. So okay, well, let me ask you then. Looking now, that granted, you've only got a couple weeks on the job officially, I think here.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've sat down and thought about what's your goals for. I mean, obviously, you want to make the best program possible, but like in the short term, is there like things you want to kind of implement right away and put your stamp on?
Yeah, so really, like I've kind of talked to a lot of people through this interview process, and then since I've gotten here about what I believe our role is and what we're trying to do. I mean, the first thing that I want to make sure everyone understands, even in our department, is we want to make the university better, and the best way to do that is to do everything we can to help increase enrollment and help increase retention at the university. And if we can be a type of vehicle that's going to make the institution better in those ways by increasing enrollment and making it a place that people want to stay, then we're doing our job. It's not just singularly about our athletes. It's about what role athletics plays on campus. So those are two primary ones that I'm creating. And then along the way for athletics, like I've also told our staff, in this next 6 to 18 months, we've probably got the freedom to try 1 or 2 or 3 initiatives that are going to have to be successful. We don't have a lot of resources to miss on things. And what I want to do over the next however many months is listen and learn from as many people in and around this department and community as I can.
Sure.
And then take all of that, put it together and say, okay, we're going to try this and we're going to try this, and we're going to put all our eggs into these baskets. And if they're the right things and they've been vetted the right way and we've really gone through a comprehensive evaluation of them as strategies, we put them out there, and if they move the needle, then hopefully that can just kind of keep snowballing into more things, and we can grow this program and put it on a really high upward trajectory. But I've been around the state long enough to know that when the newcomer comes in from the outside, the one thing people hate more than anything is the newcomer coming in and telling everyone how much better they know than you. And I don't want to do that. So I'm here to hear what everybody else thinks and accumulate all of that together, sift through it, and then kind of hopefully be able to pick out 1 or 2 strategies that we'll put in place.
Sure.
And those have to be successful. So I've got to make sure that we put the right things forward and push it with our local community and our president, our board of regents, and state legislature, and whoever else might be involved, and say, hey, can we really get your support on these couple things? I really think they're going to help propel us forward, and then those have to be the right things.
Sure. One thing I would imagine an area that really helps you excel here that with your role as the athletic director, because like you said, the experience you've had in New Mexico, obviously at UNM, being the head coach there, your coaching experience at NMSU too, those, in essence, I mean, yes and no, they're competitors with you. And what I mean by that is that they've got scouts looking at those basketball and football games at high school level, just like you guys have scouts looking at basketball and football games. But you have a unique insight, is you know the ideology of UNM and what they're looking for, and obviously at NMSU coaching there, I'm sure you got some insight there on the types of things they're looking for. That's got to give you a bit of an edge for Eastern when, okay, I know how they're going to think. Here's how we can adapt to that. Is that pretty fair to say that's something that you kind of have experience with?
It is, and I would say, like, in getting here now, I got to New Mexico State about 15 years ago or so, maybe 14 or 15 years ago was when I first got to New Mexico State, and the size of Las Cruces and kind of where the athletic department was at that point, it's really not that far off from where this school is right now, and maybe where the local community is of Portales and Clovis as an overall community size.
Sure.
Now, Cruces had a lot of things kind of go its way, and so did New Mexico State that really took off the size of Las Cruces and even the size and scope of New Mexico State and its athletic department.
Sure.
But I do think kind of the many years ago at New Mexico State, there's a lot of similarities to this current situation here at Eastern, and hopefully there's some things we can steal from that to maybe help grow athletics here in the institution here and even the local communities. But, saying all that, New Mexico State and New Mexico offer their own individual experience. I think even when you compare those two schools, they're two completely different experiences for a student or for someone that wanted to go to those institutions. And I think Eastern is its own experience as well. It's a really neat college town. Where it's in the Lone Star Conference. I said we're in the Lone Star Conference, which brings you into Texas quite a bit. We're in a different part of the state over here on the eastern border, and I think the student that comes here is getting a different experience than UNM and a different experience than New Mexico State. So I don't know if we're maybe we're obviously directly competing in one essence, to your point.
Sure.
But I also think as you kind of get into the detail of if you want the experience of Albuquerque and UNM and playing in that, competing in that environment, that's one experience. I think New Mexico State has its own, and then we obviously have our own as well.
Absolutely, yeah. And this is the part I love, and you're going to get a chance to see it here in just September here when the football team starts taking. We've had a chance to talk with Coach Hyde a few times, and it sounds like a real great guy. But the part I love, and this is what I love about Eastern sports in general, is everyone knows Friday Night Light football in New Mexico it's not Texas level, but it's pretty stout. And across the state, you're seeing names of like a running back or a quarterback or a wideout that he's the star of these teams, and then you end up looking at the Eastern roster, and you're like, oh yeah, that kid used to light it up there in Hobbs, or that kid used to light it up in Clovis, or whatever, and now you're seeing him at that next level, and I think Eastern's almost sometimes you can look at those rosters like, oh, it looks like a high school all-star roster from New Mexico, and so it's
for sure,
and it's kind of fun because you watch the Friday night games and you're like, man, I wish that kid was on my team, and now you're like, hey, here he is now playing for and I think it's exciting because we as fans of these kids, student athletes, watching them through their careers in high school, we almost get like another chapter in their lives to kind of enjoy that stuff too. So,
agreed. No, you're right. That is a neat part of this experience.
So definitely, hopefully some folks want to make a trip out there for a few games out to Portales there. Yeah, the stadium, what's it, about a year old now, I think? It's
a few, but it's terrific. I think it's a really neat experience. I'm really looking forward to, taking part in some games up here this fall and getting as many people out. So yeah, we'd love for anyone to come out and check out the stadium and the institution, and obviously watch our football team as well.
You going to make the basketball coach a little nervous if you decide to drop in on practices to watch?
Not at all. Not at all. He already, I've already been pretty clear to him that, hey, I am not here for anything like that. I'm here to help if he wants me, and if he doesn't want to see me, I won't be there.
Yeah, imagine that. Well, I mean, he's lucky because now he gets to pick your brain. But sure, at the same time, with your track record, your accomplishments, it's kind of like, well, man, he already knows what I'm dealing with here, you know. But that's an asset too. I mean, you know, because
exactly,
you get to go in there, and really, it's true with all. I mean, that's really, I think, also the role of the AD. Yeah, you have a job to bring students in and make sure the programs are great, but also part of that is you're a mentor for these coaches and
yes.
These coaches that are working for you. They all have aspirations and goals and dreams too, and you're nurturing and trying to help those things happen for them too. So, if at some point these coaches get offers at higher level colleges or pros or something like that, you're setting the groundwork for them too. So it's a mentorship all across the board, not just for the students sometimes. So.
Yep, I agree 100%. That's a very exciting and attractive part of this job for me personally.
Sure. Absolutely. Well, Coach, I don't want to keep you here, but is there anything we wanted to make sure we kind of talked about that we just kind of skipped over or didn't get a chance
Not
to
at all. Not at all. Our football opener is September 2nd, so if anybody wants to come out, we would love to have them. We're going to try. It's a Thursday night at 6 o'clock, and we're going to do everything we can to kick it off. I know everyone's been stuck at home for quite a while now, including our players and our athletes, so we're hopeful that we'll be able to get everybody out, make it a nice, fun event.
Absolutely.
For everybody, and we'd like to see people there.
If folks want to kind of stay up to date on what's going on with all of Eastern sports, just kind of check in and bookmark the Eastern New Mexico. If you just type in Eastern New Mexico University Portales Athletics, the website comes right up. And you can kind of stay along and follow, get updates as new things happen. Like you said, we got the first football game coming September 2nd here, but there might be some opportunities for y'all to watch a scrimmage or two in between there. If you follow the website or follow their Facebook, that's a great way to kind of stay up to date when those events happen. So if you're in Portales here and it's like, hey, we can go check out a scrimmage, they're letting us sit and watch some of this. Obviously, COVID's very stringent on what we can and cannot do, but those events might happen a little bit here, and so just stay up to date on that stuff, and we'll let folks know as it happens too. So,
well, thank you for that, and thank you so much for having me on.
Well, thank you, Coach, Dr. Coach.
There you go. There you go.
We appreciate the time and look forward to talk to you again soon.
Okay, you take care.
All right, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, that was Dr. Paul Weir, athletic director of Eastern New Mexico University Portales. Thanks I really appreciate him spending a few minutes. Thank you to Damon Graham too. We got I accidentally, that kind of came last minute and then I forgot so anyway, Damon is going to join us on Monday, and he's a gentleman and a scholar. Thank you, Damon, for accommodating me on that. It is 8:41. Let's go ahead and get you up to date on local news, weather, and also your town hall business update. Don't go away.
Now for a Pecos Valley News update, I'm Jared Cirillo. Roswell Police Department Lieutenant Ron Smith recently graduated from the Command and Staff Leadership Program of the National Command and Staff College. Lieutenant Smith was among 23 law enforcement commanders who graduated this month from the 8-week leadership education program. The program consisted of 6 weeks of online education, followed by 2 weeks of in-person classroom learning at the St. Charles Parish Sheriff's Office Training Center and Special Services Complex in Luling, Louisiana. The City of Roswell's Keep Roswell Beautiful program has been granted $28,000. That money will be used for a variety of projects, some of which are a litter prevention campaign, large trash cans to be used at events, cleanup supplies for community cleanup efforts, a recyclable art youth project, a pollinator garden at the zoo, the annual Arbor Day tree seedlings giveaway, and a community mural. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. High pressure over West Texas will be moving dry air into eastern New Mexico today. Looks like we'll stay mostly sunny, but we can't rule out an isolated afternoon thunderstorm around Carlsbad and Artesia. Our afternoon highs will be in the low 90s. Overnight, partly cloudy and about 70, and then we're in the low to mid 90s and mostly sunny on Friday. Sunny Saturday, shower Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander. Facebook doubled its profits in the second quarter, thanks to a massive increase in advertising revenue, especially the average price of the ads it delivers to its nearly 3 billion users. But the company said it doesn't expect revenue to continue to grow at such a breakneck pace in the second half of the year. Separately, Facebook said on Wednesday that it will make vaccines mandatory for employees in the United States who work in offices. Exceptions will be made for medical and other reasons. Google announced a similar policy earlier in the day. On Wall Street, the Dow lost 127 points to close at 34,930. The Nasdaq gained 102 to 14,762. And the S&P 500 off a fraction to 4,400. With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
The days are filled with the smell of barbecue and the sound of kids playing in the pool. The nights are filled with the flash of fireworks. Yeah, it's tailgate season in Roswell, and here at the Tailgate Nation, we're doing our best to help your family make the most of it. Roswell Ford has the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in southeastern New Mexico, starting at just $5,000. We're talking premium, late-model cars, trucks, and SUVs you'll be proud to own and delighted to drive. Each one has passed a rigorous 139-point inspection, and Roswell Ford gives you a 3-day money-back guarantee so you can buy without being shy. Right now, your trade-in has never been worth more, so if you're upside down, this might be the time for you to get right side up again. Or consider selling your current vehicle. Roswell Ford is paying top dollar for good, clean, used cars and trucks. So why not stop by and see what it's worth? It's tailgate season and America calling. Begin your family adventure with a fresh new ride from the Tailgate Nation, Roswell Ford, at the corner of 9th and Main.
If you like the intensity, the insanity that is championship bull riding, then make plans to attend the return of the Smokin' Hot Bull Riding Friday night, July 30th at the Artesia Horse Council Arena. 40 of the toughest bull riders in the Southwest going head-to-head with the meanest bulls on the planet. The fastest 8 seconds in sports. Spoiler alert, the Cowboys don't always win. The Smokin' Hot Bull Riding Friday, July 30th in Artesia, New Mexico.
The 85th Annual Lee County Fair and PRCA Rodeo is coming July 30th through August 7th. Celebrating traditions we treasure. There's something for everyone waiting for you at this year's fair. Friday, July 30th is the Hispanic Heritage Celebration. Then the horse show and mutton busting on Saturday. Don't miss the Lee County local team roping on Sunday, then the swine show on Tuesday with Extreme Bulls and concert featuring Mike Ryan on Tuesday night. Wednesday, don't miss the fair and rodeo parade at 4, followed by another night of PRCA action at 7:30 and concert featuring Zach Williams at 9:30.
You got chains. He's a chain breaker.
Admission is only $10 for adults. Kids 6 to 12 are only $5, and kids 5 and under are free. With free admission to the fair on Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday. Get more info at leecounty.net. The 85th Annual Lee County Fair, celebrating traditions we treasure. July 30th through August 7th at the Lee County Fairgrounds in Lovington. See you there.
Celebrate the 80th anniversary of the last escape of Billy the Kid at Old Lincoln Days, Friday, August 6th through Sunday, August 8th in historic Lincoln, New Mexico. The annual folk pageant portrays Billy the Kid's last escape and the notorious Lincoln County War, complete with food vendors, live music, arts and crafts, a parade, and so much more. The 80th anniversary is extra special, with concerts every day included in the pricier ticket, featuring the Clay Mack Band on Friday and Saturday night, and Susie Weber-Hildman with Olivia and Dan Hildman on Sunday afternoon. Admission is only $10 for adults. Kids 6 through 12 are $6, and kids 5 and under are free. Tickets are available at the gate beginning at 10 a.m. each morning. Get ready for this once-in-a-generation experience, the 80th anniversary of Old Lincoln Days and the last escape of Billy the Kid, August 6th through the 8th in historic Lincoln, New Mexico. Watch history come alive.
Up your spotting game with the help of Zia Guns USA in Roswell. Zia Guns USA is now an authorized full-line Tacticam dealer. The same scopes, cameras, and spotting equipment that the big boys use on TV. So now you can capture your hunt like never before. Zia Guns USA in Roswell also has a new shipment of knives by Benchmade and Case. Come check out the amazing selection for yourself. Take your hunt to the next level with Zia Guns USA in Roswell. Close on Saturdays but open on Sundays at 1907 North Main in Roswell.
As a young teenager, my favorite running back was Walter Payton. For much of his career, he played on a team that was less than spectacular. He was often the best, if not the only option on the Chicago Bears offense. Over his career, he ran the ball for over 9 miles, an amazing accomplishment in the NFL. What's even more amazing is that he was knocked down by someone usually substantially bigger than him every 4 yards. Ever feel like that? You get going strong and wham, you get knocked down. In life, we have many moments where we're knocked down. Loss of a family member, betrayal by a friend, a recent breakup. We have a choice to make, to either give up or get up. Walter Payton would get up and be ready to do the same thing again, knowing he was going to get whammed. On Sunday morning at Country Club Road, we're going to talk about having the faith to get up after we've been knocked down. I hope you'll join us.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Good morning, honey. Hey, I have to pick up the kids from school this afternoon. Can you call...
A home invasion can happen anytime, even when you're at home. Protect your home and the ones you love with whole home security from Zenith Security. The security experts at Zenith Security can monitor your whole home 24/7. So they're ready whether you're there or not. Call Zenith Security Services LLC at 626-3521. That's 626-3521 and get whole home security with Zenith Security Services LLC.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Bamboo plants can grow up to 36 inches in a day. So if you're told you're growing like a weed, you can say, no, I'm growing like a bamboo. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 8:50 here, and stay tuned next hour. We're going to have Nook from Asian Market drop by, and she'll give us an update. Hopefully, I know they got hammered pretty good with the flooding and all that, so we got to talk about that. But she's bringing new menu items, I think, or she's got new menu items. I don't know if she's bringing one of the new menu items or some, or so we're gonna try some. Yeah, if you guys, I'm telling y'all, Asian Market's got it going on. They're on the South Main there. The best fried rice I've ever had in my life. I had it at Asian Market. And that's the funny part, and I swear this is the truth. I'm not a big like fried rice is like, yeah, it's fine. It's rice, and it's, you know what I mean? I just was like, okay, it's one of those things you eat. You never like, oh, I just want a big pile of fried. No, hers, I'm like, yeah, I want the fried rice because I don't know what it is, and she'll tell you every time. I just make it, she does something to it. Something different than everybody else does, and I don't know what it is. She'll never tell us. She just like, oh, it's just she just makes it, and there's something different about her fried rice than everybody else's.
Care. It's care, love. She puts love in there.
I've looked up and down the aisles. I've never seen that as an ingredient on the shelf.
They don't sell it commercially. It's like when you want like the really strong hair products, you have to go to Armstrong McCall or like know somebody who's like a stylist to get the good stuff. That's what Nook is. She's got access.
See, one time I thought I saw care on the shelf and put a bunch in. Turned out it was cumin.
I
misread.
Common error.
I misread.
Yeah. Well, one time I saw love on the shelf, smoked paprika. So similar, error. It happens. Happens all the time.
Yeah. But Nick will join us next hour. We'll chit chat with her. Hopefully, I haven't been down there in a bit because she got hammered pretty hard with the floods and all that.
It was a rough storm season. I know she was there was a rough bunch of cleanup, but I'm pretty sure things got the I don't know if Serve Pro came in or if she just had a bunch of dudes with some towels, but she got things dabbed up
backed up and good. Yeah, good. But we're gonna try some new fare from Asian Market today. So next hour.
Yeah.
Am I happy? You betcha. You betcha. Boy howdy.
Telling you what. I've gotten into weird flavors like as of late. Like I've mentioned this on the show before, but I found black garlic at one of the stores here in town, and I was using that on stuff in dishes for a while.
Like, do they grow black garlic, or do they do things to garlic to make it black?
It's regular garlic, then they ferment. It's fermented garlic.
So like a kimchi,
Kind of.
turning garlic into a kimchi style thing?
It does this, it gives it like an, and I love this word because it's what it is, an unctuousness to
Unctuous,
it.
huh?
Yes, it adds like an unctuous, almost like a meatiness to it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's
a more
fantastic
savory element
it
to it?
really is.
Okay.
Kind of like almost like, I'm trying to think, kind of like a teriyaki sauce, similar like quality, kind of that pangs of sour notes.
Okay.
Real good.
See,
digging it.
And can you eat this or mix it with anything other than Asian style cuisine?
Oh, sure. No,
okay.
yeah.
Does it work in those? Because I think of anything fermented, I think of more Asian foods that you want fermented foods.
Well, generally, the black garlic is actually more of like an Italian thing. It can be used across a lot of different cuisines.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, the one I used on, and this is, kids will understand, there was a pasta that was going around for a long time on TikTok that was basically just like make pasta and then you like put it in the oven with like a block of feta cheese. Okay. And then I put black garlic on top of the feta cheese and you put it in the oven and then like you let it melt down and then you mix it all together and it makes this like, it was really like viral on TikTok for a long time. I tried it with black garlic and dude. It
was good?
Dude. Best thing I've ever made in my life.
So do you like boil pasta?
Yeah, you make pasta like you normally would boil it. You put it into like a
casserole dish?
Yeah, essentially. Then you put a block of feta cheese in the center of it.
Don't shred it or
Don't
nothing.
shred it, just a block of feta
cheese.
cheese. And then in my case, I put like basil, garlic, and stuff like that. I put the black garlic on top, whatever spices you would normally put into a pasta. Pop in the oven for I think it was like 10, 15 minutes. Pull it out, and then you just mix it all together, and it amalgamates into just awesomeness. It's good.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I will try that.
I'm telling you, super simple too.
Sounds like you just need some meat on that bad boy, and you gotta
just throw in some roasted chicken.
Yeah, chicken or pork.
Grab yourself a rotisserie chicken from the store. Pull it apart. Got yourself a whole meal.
I'm hungry.
Bam,
bam,
bam. Catalina wine mixer quality. Right.
Or what's his name? Emerald.
Emerald. Yeah.
Bam. He was
That's right.
I remember for a hot minute he was doing toothpaste commercials.
Mm-hmm. You can still find some of his products on store shelves, like his seasoning line.
Ah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was selling like for Crest. It was like he was doing commercials for I think Crest or Colgate, and he was doing the whole BAM thing.
Taxman's real. You got to pay your taxes, kids. Let that be a lesson to you.
Is he still alive?
Oh yeah, Emerald Lagasse?
I haven't seen him in a while.
I'm 98% sure he is.
Yeah.
By the way,
is he unhealthy?
I'm pretty sure.
I wonder. I just haven't seen him in a while.
I know that they come in threes, and we haven't even mentioned this morning that guy from ZZ Top,
Dusty Rhodes,
Dusty Rhodes,
Dusty Hill,
Dusty Hill, passed away.
I said Dusty Rhodes
from ZZ Top, but the second of the three passed away. Ron Popeil.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Apparently yesterday.
Huh?
Uh-huh.
Ronco.
Yeah. I was like, first of all, where have you been?
Yeah.
I mean,
I thought he was already dead.
Well, maybe I'm sure that he's had royalties off the Ronco products for a number of years. Which, for those who don't remember, the Pocket Fisherman was his.
Yeah.
The one that was big when I was a kid was the Dehydrator. They used to show that infomercial all the time, and all I wanted was to make beef jerky. I wanted my own beef, to make my own beef jerky.
Was the Ronco the collapsible storage ones, or was that somebody else?
I think I'm not.
Or was
sure.
that a Ronco product? I can't remember all.
Hair in a can was his.
That was the spray paint your bald spot.
Yep, spray on hair. Which, dude, I've had like three separate times in the last 6 months. Like, I wonder if I can still find hair in a can.
I'd try it now.
Because I feel like I'm at that level with my hair where the little fine hairs would grab onto that that Ronco product.
I just want to do it now to see if it looks like I got shoe polish on my head.
Just see if you can get that Giuliani drip.
Yeah, I want to see what it looks like. I want to see what's going on.
Well,
there.
they have that now. If you go down the hair care aisle, that stuff that Giuliani had put on his head, I can't remember what it was called, but that he was doing it was like the court case last year, and he started sweating, and it was just like dripping down his head. You could just see black drips of whatever down his face. While he stood there with that shocked look on his face.
Well, and that's what I always like. You see the Just for Men and on there, and then it fades away the gray. I'm like, yeah, but as a man, what man could look like me, grayed up, and then I go home for the weekend,
right? And then you come back looking like Tom Featherstone or whatever.
That's going to raise awareness and raise some eyeball. People aren't gonna be like, wow, he looks good all of a sudden. I can't quite place it. No, that dude dyed his hair.
It's dude's equivalent of getting implants, basically. Like, they're gonna know, Jennifer. They're gonna know. And that's the other thing is too. I've asked a general consensus of a lot of different women over the past calendar year or so, and the general consensus is, grays are dignified.
That's what they've been told.
We've earned our grays. They are sexy. They like them. So gray it up.
I don't feel sexy in it.
No.
Just saying.
Here's what bothers me. If your look is great because you've got a decent amount of the grays, and I mean that with all due respect, a decent amount of the grays. The problem with my hair is I get that one random flyaway gray that stands out like a sore thumb, and it's like, here I am. So it's just like in every picture I take, it's like that one hair that's still trying to be Ric Flair from the 90s.
Yeah. Well, it's like my beard.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've kept it because of my wife. Like I've had times where I'm like, I want it gone, and she's like, no, I like the beard. And here I sit.
I will never, if I can help it. I've joked that I would before, like once I got this fixed, but if I can help it, I will never shave my goatee.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to know what my chin looks like. There's one picture floating around of my chin from like 15 years ago that I hate, and I want it to go away.
But you were such a different person 15
I was. I was, several, like almost 100 pounds heavier, granted.
There's got to be less chins there now.
Probably. But I just...
I mean, you can kind of tell when you go under here.
I'm also scared that if I shave it, I'm not going to be able to grow it back to its full, like, luster,
And I've
got it to a certain level that
I'm always worried it's going to be grayer when it comes back. I'm like, great, even more gray.
I'm actually cool with that. I think...
like here, it's almost white. It's
right.
just really... I'm not... I don't know.
It's a good with the two-tone though. It's a good. This is riveting radio, by the way. The two-tone though, it's a good look.
Yeah. What do you think? Submit comments in today. Hold on.
Yeah. Jump on our comment section. Here.
Some horrifying. What do you think?
Well, if you need a reference, see picture behind. I mean,
look at that hot mess.
Yeah. Go up and examine follicles, Mike. You got some pore situation going on.
Oh yeah, I was a lot of Oxytim.
We started talking about delicious Asian fare, and we ended talking about open pores and follicles. What is wrong with us?
A lot of Oxytim. I was a kid. All right, it's 9:00. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back on the other side of Town Hall News. Do not go away.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Jeremy House. With the Olympics well underway, Tokyo's reported record-breaking coronavirus cases for the third straight day.
Government officials have said that new cases were soaring not only in the Tokyo area but across the country. The number of positive cases has doubled in a week, setting an all-time high since the pandemic began early last year. Whilst Japan has continuously kept its cases low, recently its weekly average has shot to 88 per 100,000 in Tokyo. This compares to 18.5 in the United States and 48 in Britain. Japan's medical advisor says the biggest risk is a lack of a sense of crisis. I'm Karen Chamas.
The Senate voted last night to begin work on a nearly $1 trillion national infrastructure plan. GOP Senator Mitt Romney of Utah says the deal is a positive step for the Senate and the nation.
I'm delighted that we've made so much progress and look forward to this becoming law, because it's one more example, and there are plenty of them here, where people put aside the politics to actually get the work of the people done. And this is getting the work of the people done for America. I'm proud to have a small part in that process.
The outcome will set the stage for the next debate in the months ahead over President Biden's much more ambitious $3.5 trillion spending package. At the Summer Olympics in Tokyo, Sunisa Lee is an Olympic champion. The 18-year-old gymnast from Minnesota edged Rebecca Andrade of Brazil for gold in the Women's Olympics all-around final. Fueled by vaccinations and government aid, the U.S. economy grew at a 6.5% annual rate last quarter. And the number of Americans collecting unemployment benefits slid last week. The Labor Department reporting jobless claims dropped by 24,000 to 400,000 last week. On Wall Street, the Dow is up almost 223 points. The NASDAQ is ahead by 62. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 3388 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 3388. Enjoy.
Google is postponing its plans to bring most of its workers back to the office until late fall.
And the company is rolling out a policy that will eventually require everyone to be vaccinated once its campuses are fully reopened in an attempt to fight the spreading Delta variant. More than 130,000 employees were told the company is now aiming to bring them back to its offices October 18th. Instead of the previous target date of September 1st. Once offices are fully reopened, everyone working there will have to be vaccinated. John Scott reporting.
The British government has approved plans to build a national Holocaust memorial beside Parliament, rejecting claims by campaigners that the location was unsuitable. The government said building the Holocaust Memorial and Learning Center in the shadow of Parliament would send a powerful associative message. The memorial was announced in 2016, but the choice of location has faced opposition. News and analysis at townhall.com. Illinois regulators plan to take action against Ben & Jerry's for its decision to stop selling ice cream in the West Bank or East Jerusalem. The latest from the Media Line's Felice Friedson.
The Middle East ice cream war refuses to melt away. It began when Ben & Jerry's announced it would not sell to Israeli communities located in West Bank areas the Palestinians claim for statehood. British giant Unilever, the parent company, criticized its subsidiary but took no action. The fight has moved to the United States, where states with anti-Israel boycott laws are bringing legal action. In Illinois, regulators have taken preliminary steps to divest Unilever interests from state pensions and investments. Elsewhere, supermarket chains are removing Ben & Jerry's products from their shelves. Ben & Jerry, meanwhile, doubled down on their support for the action of the company that bears their name. I'm Felice Friedson, Town Hall News, Jerusalem.
News and analysis at themedialine.org and townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Tres Inviernos.
Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for allowing us to be a part of your day.
Yeah.
Mucho appreciated.
Absolutely.
You know, we got a bit of a pickle tomorrow.
Ooh, I like pickles.
It's a good pickle.
I love pickles.
Tomorrow's our McDonald's day.
Yes, sir.
And
we should see if we can get pickles.
And we're gonna get delicious McDonald's food.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a weakness for Loveless Regional Hospital cafeteria burritos. They're delicious.
Okay, same. I mean, sure.
And tomorrow we have an RN coming in. We're talking about breastfeeding week and everything. And I think they're bringing burritos tomorrow too.
So, where's the problem?
Well,
because this sounds to me like we have breakfast and lunch.
Well, please understand if I'm not all just talking about the inside, I'm happy as a clam because I love both.
But contractually,
I have to talk McDonald's,
right?
And how good it is.
But let's take a second. Because right now, I think at 9 o'clock on a Thursday, I think now is a great time to talk about the amazing Loveless breakfast burrito. Because these things are one of a kind. You know that love is being put into something when you go to a cafeteria at a hospital, and you can expect quality from the cafeteria. Speaking of, I will say this, of the chefs in that cafeteria, if you've ever had a baby in the Loveless Hospital,
they're delicious.
They're amazing. No, but with the Baby Love program, the day after you and mom get the dad and mom get a gourmet meal, a lunch, and I mean it was amazing. I've done this twice now. I'm pretty sure I had both times the shrimp fettuccine Alfredo, and dude, I mean it was it's so good. Just call your mama. Good.
Well, we're setting the table nicely for our next hour here. I'm working an appetite and asking ye shall receive.
That's right.
Nook from Asia Market. She's here. I saw her just peek her head in and wave hi. She's here, and I think she's brought some new fare for us to sample.
All right.
Here, and so we'll get an update from Nook here. Well, she's going. Of course, the flood don't keep her down. But it did shut things down for a day or two. Okay. But we're back in business.
Can't knock Nook down. Doggone right. By the way, speaking of sampling of fare, segue alert.
Oh, yeah.
I had a chance on Tuesday to sample some fare at the Eddy County Fair.
Yeah.
And we posted a video up yesterday. Actually, it was the world premiere because Tanner built it up. He's like, we're going to premiere this at 5:30. So everybody tuned in for the world premiere of Sean's shorts.
I've watched about half of it. I have not watched all of it yet. It's very funny. The first half I've watched. It's Sean eating, doing, and touching various things at the fair.
Pretty much it. And by the way, if you want me to eat, do, and touch at your local event, let us know. We can maybe arrange something.
I'm pretty sure he molested some cotton.
All I did was say it was soft. That's all. There's a clip at the end, and I don't think we used the actual one, but there's a clip at the end where we went to the Horse Council Arena, and I was standing right in front of the backsides of the horses. And I had to do this clip a couple of times for Tanner to get it. But I said, some days you feel great. You wake up and you think, the world is my oyster. I'm going to go out and make my dreams come true. And other mornings you wake up and you feel like,
the horses.
The horses, yeah. He didn't seem to get the joke.
Did he go?
Huh? Did he go to
bathroom?
No. No, that would have been great.
I was hoping you were standing
and
there was a couple horse rears, and I come out to the fair, and one tail just comes out. And
first of all,
let's go.
I was raised. My uncle had a ranch. I flat out refuse to get within 10 feet of the backside of a horse.
Oops, wrong button.
I am terrified. That is it's one of my biggest irrational fears ever because I'm never in a position where it's going to happen. But I am terrified of being kicked by a horse.
Well, I wouldn't stand directly behind it, but maybe just to the side of it,
I'm always afraid something like a fly is going to land. He's just going to back, and then I'm Christopher Reeve,
All I can think of is Son-in-Law, where he's milking the cow, and the cow goes to the bathroom, and he's like, oops, wrong button.
You really know how to sum it up. That sums it up in a nice little package.
Oh, man. It is 11 minutes after 9 o'clock. Let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. High pressure over West Texas will be moving dry air into eastern New Mexico today. Looks like we'll stay mostly sunny, but we can't rule out an isolated afternoon thunderstorm around Carlsbad and Artesia. Our afternoon highs will be in the low 90s. Overnight, partly cloudy and about 70, and then we're in the low to mid 90s and mostly sunny on Friday. Sunny Saturday, shower Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 75 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 66%. Winds are currently out of the south at 5 miles per hour. Sunny today. Expect highs right around 93. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tonight, we're looking at partly cloudy skies with an overnight low of 70. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, another typical summer day in southeast New Mexico. Sunny skies, high of 95. Winds out of the south, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday night, partly cloudy, overnight low of 70 with south winds 5 to 10. Then looking at your weekend, Saturday during the day, mostly sunny, high of 94. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday night will begin a stretch of days where rain chances are back in the forecast. Saturday night, we're looking at a 20% chance at showers and thunderstorms, partly cloudy, overnight low of 71. And then Sunday, we're looking at a 50% chance of rain during the day, high of 91. Under mostly sunny skies. Sunday night, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 70. That 50% chance of rain continues. Then on Monday, we're looking at a 60% chance of rain, mostly cloudy, and 88. Tuesday, a 40% chance of rain, partly cloudy, and 90. And Wednesday, a 30% chance of rain, partly cloudy, highs around 88. So the rain chances do enter this weekend, but not until maybe Saturday night. So you got a few more days of sunshine and warmth here before some of the rain moves back in. I will never complain. I love the rain. We need it. So maybe not all at once. Nook could probably attest to that after some flooding. But we definitely could use the moisture here. Hey, real quick before we take a break and bring Nook on here, did you know that at any given time there are 3 to 5 agencies listening in on your cell phone calls? Well, there is an option for you to protect you from that, and it's called Deaf Protection, DEAF, Enabling Assisting Framework. That's what it stands for. Dealing with, I don't know what the D stands for. Enabling Assisting Framework is the D part, is the EAF. I don't know what the D is. I'll have to ask. You might say you have nothing to hide, and I really don't have nothing that the government cares about or any of that. Why do I need to care? But let me ask you, why would you just want to let unwanted intrusions of your privacy? Versus them. Who's next? You don't know. DEF prevents outside entities from listening in by cloaking your phone from all-seeing technology. What they can't see, they can't hack. Sign up now for DEF Protection. Go onto their website. Go to deafprotection.com, DEAFprotection.com. Privacy is freedom. Many households now use DEF Protection for their phones. You can do it too. Sign up today at deafprotection.com, DEAFprotection.com. All right, it is 9:14. We're going to take a 3-minute commercial break, and then Nook from Asian Market. I see, looks like some I'm going to guess they're soups. They're in bowls. I think there's some chopsticks or something there. We got some accoutrement. So we're excited. We're going to talk with Nook from Asian Market on the other side. Don't go away.
When you need a good vacuum cleaner, you need a store that really sucks. Like Vacuums Plus near the corner of South Main and Poe. Vacuums Plus has new top-of-the-line vacuum cleaners that really suck. They have used vacuum cleaners for as low as $15 that suck too. They have bags and belts to fit just about every vacuum ever made. Vacuums Plus even services vacuum cleaners. So, when you think of vacuum cleaners, think of Vacuums Plus, across from Andrew's Donuts on South Main. Vacuums Plus really sucks.
Sure, you can inspect your own roof, get out that rickety ladder, prowl around up there and try to spot the problem until... Or you could call the experts at Do Right Roofing. Do Right Roofing has quality products for any type of roof. They can even install seamless gutters. Do Right Roofing will inspect your roof and give you a free estimate fast. Keep your feet on the ground. Call Do Right Roofing today.
575-623-2273. Let Do Right do your roof right.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
ENMU Roswell offers high school students the opportunity to get a head start on their college education journey into healthcare. Through the Allied Health Careers Pathway, high school learners can enroll in dual credit courses that introduce them to a wide range of careers that include emergency medical technician, paramedic, nursing, occupational therapy, respiratory therapy, medical assisting, phlebotomy, and nursing assistant. Start your healthcare career path at ENMU Roswell. Contact your high school counselor for more information.
Sewing Camp is back at So Easy Sewing. And it's not just for kids. It's open to anyone ages 9 to 99. No experience required. Week 1, July 26th through the 30th. Week 2, August 2nd to August 6th. Students will make up to 5 different projects each week. Sign up for 1 week or both. Discounts for multiple weeks or multiple students. Seating is limited. Reserve your seats today at So Easy Sewing, 200 East College Boulevard in Roswell, or call 575-623-3774. So Easy Sewing. You've never had it so easy.
As a young teenager, my favorite running back was Walter Payton. For much of his career, he played on a team that was less than spectacular. He was often the best, if not the only option on the Chicago Bears offense. Over his career, he ran the ball for over 9 miles, an amazing accomplishment in the NFL. What's even more amazing is that he was knocked down by someone usually substantially bigger than him every 4 yards. Ever feel like that? You get going strong and wham, you get knocked down. In life, we have many moments where we're knocked down. Loss of a family member, betrayal by a friend, a recent breakup. We have a choice to make, to either give up or get up. Walter Payton would get up and be ready to do the same thing again, knowing he was going to get whammed. On Sunday morning at Country Club Road, we're going to talk about having the faith to get up after we've been knocked down. I hope you'll join us.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Time to trade way up at Roswell Nissan. Forget top dollar. Right now at Roswell Nissan, they're giving tippity top dollar for your trade. And with vehicles discounted up to $9,000, you could drive away today with an unbelievably low payment. With lenders on hand and more than $2 million to lend, they can get the deal done. Cash for junkers, credit forgiveness, and zero down available make this the best time ever to buy. Plus, one-of-a-kind rides like the Acura RDX, an Alfa Romeo, and a Civic Type R. Trade way up at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. More than 50% of Americans fall asleep on their sides. That's way better than falling asleep on someone else's side. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 18 minutes after 9 o'clock. Now it's 19 officially. 19 minutes after 9 o'clock. And joining us in studio this morning, Nook from Asian Markets back with us. Good morning, Nook.
Good morning, Mike.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Doing very good. And we brought a special guest along as well.
Yes, sir, we do.
We probably need to move that microphone down for you. But this is Abby. How are you doing, Abby?
Good.
Good. How old are you?
How old?
7.
7? Okay.
You're like a lady.
Now, and this is your daughter.
Yes,
right?
this is my daughter.
This is your daughter. So now, do you like your mom's cooking?
Yes.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing your mom cooks for you?
Pad Thai.
Pad Thai?
Yes, sir.
Do you like what do you like in yours? Do you like just regular? Do you like meat or in it? Do you like chicken?
I like extra chicken.
Extra chicken. All right. So would you eat Pad Thai every day the rest of your life? Uh-oh. Sorry. The alarm's going off.
Sorry.
But would you eat Pad Thai if your mom was making you Pad Thai and that's the only thing you could eat the rest of your life, would you be happy with that?
I would get bored with it, but it would be okay.
Okay. Well, what's your favorite food that's not your mom's cooking?
You better like what I cook, Abby.
Now, other things, I mean, like if mom's busy at work cooking and dad takes you guys out to dinner, where do you want to eat? Like, what do you like? Pizza or chicken nuggets or
chicken,
steak or fish, spaghetti, tacos?
I don't know.
I don't know. She's like, I just eat mom's cooking. That's all I do. That's all I do, and that's all I need to do. But, of course, I need to ask, Nook, I know the rains did affect you guys back a month or so ago. How did you guys, I'm assuming everything's back to normal now, but I know it flooded the store there, and you guys had to do a little bit of cleanup and everything. Is everything okay now, or are you guys still dealing with that?
Okay now. On that time, we got flood 3 times in a row.
Oh.
It's coming like surprise, 3 in the morning.
Oh, man.
And then it's going down by 4, like 3, 4, something like that. I start to clean. I said, it's not going to come up again. I go back to bed. 8 o'clock in the morning, my neighbor called. Hey, no, how's your house? I said, oh, no, I run out and, oh, my God, what I have work is just gone.
Oh, man.
So it's 3 times. So we have to close the whole week. For that just
to
for
keep
that flood.
it clean. But good news is everything's back now.
Yes.
And knock on wood, we're not dealing with some flooding anytime
hopefully
soon.
not again.
It's literally when it rains, it pours. I mean, it was literally the saying, the old saying.
I think it's water from somewhere else. A rain from here, it wasn't. I don't think it's gonna cost that much. If it rain from here, it's gonna go somewhere else, right?
I told people, you know those movies Freaky Friday where the people like wish in a fountain or something and they switch. So now like the one's in the other person's body. You ever seen those movies? Okay, well they've got a couple of comedies, and I said we Freaky Friday with Portland and Seattle because Seattle at the time. They were getting record-breaking heat, like 105 and sun, and we were getting inches and inches of rain here. And so it's like they stole our weather and we stole their weather.
We switched places.
For a minute
the switch, back and forth.
Yeah. So now, for folks that have never been to Asian Market, it's located on Main Street, South Main, like you're going towards the base. Look for the big blue sign there.
Sir.
It'll be if you're heading south, like towards the airport and the base. In the college, it'll be right there on your right. Can't miss it.
The right-hand side.
Yeah. The front part of the building is the market side, and that's where you can buy
all the ingredients, all the stuff that you need. If you want to cook an Asian dish, even not have to be an Asian dish. I think you can
use an Asian ingredient.
Yes, you can improvise my Asian ingredient on your American meal, on your Mexican meal, or even another country.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's you carry spices and products and things from all over Asia. Some of it's Thai influence, some of it's Japanese or Chinese, some
Philippines,
of it Philippine,
China, Vietnam, something like that.
It's all it's all from all countries of Asia. There,
yes. Let's say it's all in one.
Yeah, and these are all products from there, and so if you're looking for things that, let's face it, just aren't on our shelves in grocery stores around here. You know, like like if you want soy sauce, you can get soy sauce, but you have like a whole lines of soy sauce. So it's not just the one Kiko Man one you get at the store. You've got
I got Kiko Man too.
Yeah, you got that one too. But then you got 10 others. Yeah, you got all of that.
I'll give you another prime example. I was walking through Asian Market and I found a bottle of white pepper.
Yes.
I hadn't tried white pepper in cooking before that point because it's so expensive and you find it like at the store you get such a small thing for like $5-6. This thing was like a liter of white pepper for for like $3-4, and so I got it and I still to this day have that container and use it in almost all my.
I got two sides of them. I also got a black pepper. It's got the whole round and then the grind.
Okay,
grind
so
one.
if you like to pre-grind your own or grind them yourself, you can do it that way.
No, I can't do everything by myself.
She can buy but if you personally like to have your own grinded pepper, you can buy the whole pepper from
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I got white pepper and black pepper is in whole and is already grinded.
Okay.
So if you don't want to do it yourself, buy the one already grinded.
Some people think it's fresher that way. I don't. I
my used palate, the grind one already.
My palate's not sophisticated enough to tell the difference.
I had a friend who used to sit there and just like munch on handfuls of peppercorns.
Oh no, man.
It was a weird guy, but yeah, it was.
I was sneeze so bad.
Yeah, that don't sound right.
Something wrong with Sean today.
What news? My friend. It's totally a friend.
My friend.
I go around telling all my stories about my friend.
But so when you're done shopping. You can head on to the back of the rest of the building, and that's where you'll find Asian Market, the restaurant.
Yes, sir.
And that's where Nook prepares all of your dishes from, like if you want pad thai.
Yes.
I tell everybody, best fried rice I ever had is at Asian Market. But you want to go, like General Tso's chicken. You've added that to the menu in the last year. Soups and things, and you're always kind of adding things to the menu, different salads and things.
I add a little bit of thing because you can't add it all in one. You have to think about your prep time. And with your shorthand, not have many help. And then you're going to do something you're going to have to plan on.
Sure.
Not have to be so much, not to overload.
Well, and that's where probably because you started doing more soups and things too,
right.
And those allow you to do that because you make a soup. You don't make a bowl of soup. No one's ever made a bowl of soup before in their life. You make a big pot of soup.
It takes some time to make a soup, like I told you on the last time.
To make it right.
Yeah. Yes. So I bring it today. Actually, I got 3 soup.
3 soup.
Listen, 2 soup and one dry noodle bowl.
Okay.
In my menu, but it will be only on Saturday.
Okay, those are soup Saturdays.
Saturday soup.
Soup Saturdays.
Yeah.
Soup and sandwich Saturday.
Yes. It's kind of like I will start off on the Saturday first.
Okay.
But it being the 4-5 Saturday already that I started. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. And then later on, I might add it on in another day.
Yeah.
It depends on how it's going, how the customer request it.
I imagine too, when the weather gets cooler, you're gonna more people want soups when the weather's cooler too. I think
probably gonna be 1 more or 2 more days in a week, not just on a Saturday.
Sure.
But we have to see the feedback too.
Absolutely. Yeah. You, if people don't respond to it, then you're not going to keep making that.
Yeah. It's a lot of work on that.
Well, I know. I know enough to know that everything I've had that you've put out has been delicious, so I'm not really worried about what it is and how it is. It's going to be just fine, because if it's not good, it would have never made it this far to begin with from your kitchen or anything like that.
Thank you so much, Mike.
And another thing, too, about the market I wanted to mention is not only do you have the spices and things, but the equipment. So if you always want to make your own sticky rice or roll your own sushi, you've got all the equipment to help people do all that.
Yes, I do.
The specialized equipment, the woks and the rolling mats and
right
things
now,
like that.
we run out of that on the sushi mat. My distributor there. Right now, everything is kind of going crazy.
World of COVID, just supply and demand.
So we run out of that.
Okay.
But we bring another thing in, like chopstick.
Chopstick. That's like is that like a chopstick training with training wheels?
I brought 3 of them.
Okay.
One is for you and one is for Sean. Another one, big long wooden chopstick.
Big giant chopsticks.
Yes, for our cameraman.
All right.
So today I brought the chopstick. One for you, one for Sean.
All
and
right.
I brought the noodle soup, noodle bowl. So you can use this here.
Okay. Now I know how to use chopsticks. I'm not going to lie. My fairings with soup and chopsticks have not gone well.
Oh yeah. So that means I'm gonna walk out here and might still starve.
I'm gonna be, or I'm gonna be wearing half of it.
Yeah.
Well, you know they have the cheaters chopsticks that are spring loaded.
Well, that's what these are. I think. These are she brought us a pair. Each
I brought you.
Yeah.
2 colors, so you got not
problem?
fight.
That's the best. That's the best kind.
It is soup.
Who's the green? Who's
That's
the blue?
Who would like to be? You want green or blue?
I'd say you probably green. Match your shirt.
Green for me.
Here we go.
Nice.
To match the giant Mike's
and
shirt.
then the blue is for
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're
thank
welcome.
You. I'm
And it's
gonna open
Peppa
this.
Pig, which does go over well in my family.
And this one is the long one.
Now,
A
you
long
gotta
wooden chopstick.
Oh,
you gotta have some strong fingers.
That's a big mama chopstick right there.
Well, I think it's gonna be good for like a souvenir. Something like that. Good for souvenir.
It's like a tiny whisk, you know.
That's what Andre the Giant uses to eat Asian food.
Oh, noodle soups.
Well, if Abby can use the chopstick, that means everybody can use it.
Can you use these big ones, Abby?
No, not the big one. Abby, use the little one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have like your own? Because I know like my nephews and stuff. Like my brother gets them. I got it. My brother got them like forks and stuff, like their own little forks that are about this big. Abby, do you get chopsticks that are built for your size, or do they make you use the normal ones?
She used that one. Those kind I gave
or do you
it
get to use?
Yeah.
You get to use like these kind.
She used the pink one. What color you got?
Okay.
Pink, right?
Red.
Red? Okay. I
So with the
colorblind.
cheater, I can just use it like this, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, instead of the traditional,
Now,
like with my fingers.
you know what's going to happen is 3 hours from now, Mike's going to be walking around the office trying to catch flies.
That's the ultimate. If you can do that, you've got control of your universe,
You've
right?
passed.
If you're able to.
With chopsticks and soup, I'm guessing it's more of just like a shovel technique. The noodles you could probably scoop, but it's more of a shovel technique with like the rest of it.
I want to see your technique today.
Okay, sure. I'll break out some technique.
Well, this is cheap. Like, can I take this?
Yeah,
part
you
off?
can take
Okay.
it off.
Oh, does
So
it?
you can-
Oh, cool.
So if you don't need the
so they really do work like regular chopsticks.
Yeah, so you can
yes.
use them as regular chopsticks.
In case
Yes,
he's like,
it is.
in case he was like, oh, I could totally use regular chop. All right, put up or shut up.
Yeah. So I can do
Yeah, I
that.
can. It's just been a real long time since I did.
I just have no good luck with soups.
Well, it's what is that called? It's a kid training chopstick. I got about 3 kind of them. On this one, they got so many look of it. Like some is a little girl, some is bear, or something like that.
I'm curious. What's yours? I'm just curious.
Mine's like a
Little man.
You got a
little
monkey.
man.
You got a monkey.
Monkey or little man?
Oh.
Little man.
I think it's a little man.
Yeah, little man.
Be a monkey.
I think that one is what's that?
Mine's
Hippo.
licensed Peppa Pig.
Oh, Pepper.
Yep.
He's got pants on, so I'm going to say it's a man.
Okay. monkey don't have pants on. All
This
right.
one's got pants on, so we're going to call him a man. All right, well, shall we try something?
Yes.
All right,
okay.
now, what should we try first?
Okay, let me introduce those two to both of you. This one, in my country, you call pamikyo.
Pamikyo? Bamikyo.
Yes.
Bamikyo.
Yes.
Okay.
So, wonton in here, in my country, we call gyo. So, in this dish, we got a wonton.
Okay.
And then barbecue red pork. This one will be with the soup.
So pork and wontons, barbecue pork, wontons.
Yes.
And then some veggies, it looks like,
and then
spring veggies.
Egg noodle. It's not going to be a regular noodle that what you been eat, not the white one.
Okay.
But yes, I also have that dish too. It's Thai noodle.
Okay.
And I have it. But I didn't bring it today. I just bring those two.
Okay.
Because you guys probably see so much on that regular noodle soup. So I just bring something that you never seen it before.
It looks delicious. It
smells fantastic.
How do we want to do this, Sean? You want to dive in?
I was going to say, do you want to pick one each? We just trade off.
Okay.
Focus
And then
sides?
this wonton, I have to tell, I make it myself. It's homemade.
Really? Homemade wontons?
Yes, sir. Homemade wonton.
Everything's from scratch.
Yes. The two main ingredients in my wonton is a ground pork and then shrimp.
Okay.
The shrimp
Oh, wow.
we sell it in the store. The ground pork I ground it myself.
Okay.
I don't buy it from store.
Cool.
Because it's not like trying to
I have
be
my own
vegan.
pigs out back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So really,
It's
this is like wonton soup on steroids.
Right. Yeah.
Like times
Sounds
20.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then barbecue red pork and everything in this one, we sell it in our market. You can buy some ingredient. Almost, I would say. Bean sprouts is in there. We sell it. Wonton skin, we sell it. Egg noodles is in here. We sell it.
Okay.
So you have it all.
So you
in
can
that.
replicate this soup
Yes,
at home
sir.
with
Yes.
practice.
Yes. Okay. So let's try this one first, and I'm gonna talk about the second dish in a minute.
All right. We'll
Okay.
pass this slide over here. I'll
Okay.
pass it. I'll
If
pass
you
it.
dig it from the
Your
inside,
direction.
you will see the noodle
Okay.
that's
Oh, yeah.
different.
You can. Big piece of the wonton
That's
right
the
there.
wonton,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm going to. I want
That's
to spill
Abby helping.
Oh, did you help make this, Abby?
Oh, awesome.
Good
Yes,
job.
sir.
Do you help your mom a
Yes.
lot
Some of these
making
wontons
soups and
first.
making meals?
Yes.
Okay. Are you a pretty good cook yourself?
Abby, good cook?
Kinda.
Kind of.
What do you like to cook? Do you have when you cook? Can you cook one? Is there a dish you can cook all by yourself?
I can cook noodles.
Noodles you can do all by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you like to cook your own noodles sometimes? When mom's busy, you're like, "Hey, I'm hungry." She's like, "Fix your own noodles. You got it."
No.
Well, Sean's been quiet,
All
so
right.
I think this is delicious.
I was trying to try every element of it. The wontons.
Oh,
I've
man,
never
this
had a
is good.
wonton that good. That is-
Okay.
This looks
that is
really good.
Phenomenal.
Thank you.
It's everything is varied. I mean, the broth is hearty. It's got that unctuousness to it, kind of that that umami flavor to it.
All right.
Everything's really well balanced. The barbecue pork in there, it's perfectly flavored.
Thank you,
That is
Sean.
everything goes well, and it's hearty too. It's not a soup. It's more like a stew. It's
wonton good.
the
That's
wontons
good.
are so good.
Well, I do the video how to wrap the wonton last week too. If you want to know how to wrap it, it's make like a Chinese gold shape.
Right.
Go on my Facebook page,
Okay.
and then I show you how to.
That's always been a challenge for me because the wontons, it's like the empanada style. I was never able to press them out and stuff. So
Yeah.
so you actually show people the step by step of how to.
Yes.
Oh, that's very cool.
Uh-huh.
That's over on your personal
man.
Facebook page or the Asian Market.
Asian market.
Awesome. So find Asian Market on Facebook and she'll give you the lowdown skinny on
Yes.
how to make them wontons.
It will tell you
I don't think I
everything.
want to give this
I
back.
was like, you can just pass it back over here. I'll keep it safe for you.
I think I'm gonna hoard
A
that.
bowl shape or a soup shape.
Oh, that is just.
And it's awesome. The pork is great. The wontons are great. The noodles
noodle.
are excellent. The
It lends-
veggies pair. It's
It
a
lends
hearty.
itself to the flavors together.
Now I can see how you guys can eat that soup with a chopstick. It's so hearty that
Yeah.
that you can get away with it. Yeah, that thing's good.
All right.
So in the bottom of the bowl, you will see it got some bean sprout and the cabbage.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
get to that.
you're gonna have to dig
Right.
through it. Mm-hmm. Then
Like
it's
once
got
once
some-
it sits in there, we'll probably work the layers through.
Let's say
So
you
around-
got all kind of nutrition in this bowl. You
Oh,
got
yeah.
a vitamin, you got protein, you got carb.
And it's all homemade.
Yes, it's all homemade.
It's great.
Nice.
That's a 10. And that's
Absolutely.
that's available on Saturdays, right?
Yes, sir. On Saturday, just for now.
Okay.
Just for now.
Makes
Well,
sense.
if y'all buy gallons of this on Saturdays, she'll have to do it other days of the week too.
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
I'm over here trying to use these chopsticks, and I feel like she's sitting here judging me. Like she's staring at me while I'm doing them. She's like, shh.
Abby's looking at you like, you're such an
She's
idiot.
like, God, you are terrible at this. She's like, move, let me do it. I'll show you how it's done.
That's all right. I was the same way. She was watching me too. I was like, yeah.
Right.
Can
I'm
Abby
not
do
smart.
it? Can Abby use the chopstick? Yes or no?
You want the big one?
She's like,
Come on.
She's like, don't put me on the spot.
You
Come
can't
on.
be shy here.
I don't. But thank you. That's good.
Yes, yeah, that's
All right.
amazing.
All right.
Now let's
Well,
get into the other one.
the second bowl.
So maybe I
Okay.
won't have to fight him for that one. I can just dig into this
All right.
one. We'll see.
And this one is the all ingredient, just like the first one I
Okay.
show. It got 1 ton of barbecue red pork.
Okay.
But this dish we not serve with the broth with the soup.
Okay.
This one is a dry style.
Okay. So this is more like a like a pasta dish, like a bowl of pasta.
Well,
versus
you're
a-
gonna have to find out
All
in a
right,
minute.
okay.
And then this one on top of it, if you look,
Okay, it looks
right
like
there.
like some chilies or
Oh,
some
No, I'm
Oh.
not gonna hurt you that early yet. So this one is on top of it. It's gonna be a barbecue sweet red sauce.
Okay.
So
this will have a more savory.
Yes, this one gonna
barbecue
be
tang.
sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, sweet, and then
All right.
well,
You had me at barbecue.
yeah. And normally when I serve at the restaurant, I serve with pickle jalapeno in
Okay.
the
Oh wow.
in the what's that vinegar. In the
Okay, like the vinegar, like
yeah,
a the-
vinegar jalapeno.
like a pickled
And then-
a pickled jalapeno.
Yes.
First of all, can I just say it is
and then I
gorgeous.
serve it with Thai chili.
Okay.
Ground chili. And then the hoisin sauce. You add it on yourself.
Gotcha, so-
but first, before you add it on, please
Try
try the food first before you add anything into it.
Make sure it's not it's
Yeah.
the right, because it could be, and we I think we Americans do that. We just naturally salt things when we don't even fry it.
Yes.
And I know, yeah, you're sometimes like, no, we did that when we're making the food. You
Yes.
just got to eat it now.
Yes.
And now, granted, if you're buying box meals off the store, you probably need to salt everything you're doing.
Right.
But homemade foods and things, you
But
don't need
here,
to. They're in
like
the
I
cooking.
say, please try this first before you add some salt, sugar, or chili, or anything into it.
And I don't care how, like some people like are spicy warriors, they're like, make it hot.
Yeah.
Try it first before you ask her to make it hot. Because her hot and your hot aren't the same hot sometimes. Just saying.
Very true.
And she can light you up.
I can hurt you.
Oh, man.
First up, it is absolutely gorgeous to look at. The colors on that are fantastic, which you can tell that the flavors actually were more saturated into the noodles. It actually soaked in.
So it's the same noodle, but with that red barbecue sauce.
Yes,
Okay.
a sweet red sauce.
All right, I'm trying the cheater thing now, and it doesn't work as the regular for me. I had better luck picking up. Oh, see?
He only picked the meat.
Right. Well, I tried to get the noodle, but it kept. I'm going to take my cheater
Take the
off
thing off.
and go back to normal.
Abby keeps staring at my.
Yeah, well, everybody watch how.
That's the thing
I am.
is, yeah, Mike's got a camera on him right now.
Yeah.
The pressure was off me.
Try and get a good helping of these noodles here. All right, here we go.
So when Mike gets some, Abby gonna say, "Oh yeah!"
Oh, it keeps running away. All right, here we go. Dang it.
How's it going for the scooper, man?
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
They're different. They're different.
It's
They
very-
are totally different.
They are.
It has that Mongolian barbecue-y taste to it.
I can't tell you what.
It's almost like a floral sweetness.
It is sweet, but it's not too sweet.
No, not at all. It's not overpowering, and it goes well with it blends well with the flavor that you use on the pulled pork or the barbecue pork. It's perfect.
That is my father-in-law favorite dish on
trying
every
to decide
Saturday.
which one I like
The dry one, yeah.
I'm trying to figure out which one I like better.
The reason I like that one better is because with this one, with the broth, it's hearty, but with that, it allows the flavors to kind of soak more into the noodles. It saturates every
Right.
layer more. So I kind of like that one more. I feel like there's more
Okay.
flavor throughout.
They're both awesome.
Thank you.
I can't pick between the two.
Then you're gonna
They're
have
awesome
to
for different reasons.
go try on every Saturday. This Saturday, go try the dry. Next Saturday, go try the wet. And another Saturday, go try the Thai style noodle.
That's where it's going to be.
Yes.
I think it depends on your mood. Like if you want a little sweet, go with the second one. If you're feeling a little less sweet, go with the other one because it's. But And like you said, the sweet's not. It's not like you're sucking on the candy.
It's not.
It's still savory enough where it's like barbecue. When you get a barbecue sauce, it's got a sweeter feel to it. Then that's what it is.
It's almost like I said, floral, like a flowery flavor, but with that sweetness.
The noodle itself has got some flavor. Got some flavor already.
I'm curious when you cook, because the pork has a nice little ring on everything. Do you like smoke the pork and everything is separate? And all
I marinate it and overnight, and then I grill it next day.
And that's where you taste the difference. Because that's where I was noticing in the pork. I was like, this is not...
Everything is homemade.
Yeah, it's like barbecue meat. And I don't care what culture you're from. What makes it great barbecue is that slow meat cooking. I don't care if it's Texas barbecue or Asian barbecue or whatever it is.
You can cook it when a high fire. Because the pork that I use, I pick the one that have a little bit of fat in it, or whatsoever you're gonna say. Without fat, it's kind of like the meat, it lose the flavor. The fat, it give a little bit of flavor into it.
Yeah, you got to have that kind of work into the
you
tissue.
You slow cook it. If you cook it with a high fire, then it's burnt.
Sure.
So you're gonna have to slow cook it.
It makes it tough. It makes it takes away the flavors. Yeah. That is, Nook, that is delicious.
Thank you.
Either one of those, I don't care which one you pick, you're going to be just fine. They're both delicious. They're both great. I would say if you lean more less sweet, then go without the red sauce. Go with the soup. But if you love, but like I said, the sweet is not like crazy sweet. It's savory enough where if you're not loaded on sweets, you're okay. It's gonna be a nice mix there. But the noodles that work with it, and I love the dumpling noodle and the Thai noodle, or the what's it called? The other noodle?
The green noodle.
It's a nice mouthfeel that's different.
Yeah, that's different. That one got no taste, but this one got taste in itself.
Sure.
With the noodle, in the noodle.
Well, and that's kind of Asian cuisine does that anyway. Like you have a lot of bases that necessarily are bland in flavors, but you add the flavor with the spices and stuff later.
Right.
You know, like you look at rice or you look at some of the vegetables, they're pretty mild in taste.
Yes.
It's when you put them together
and there.
And that's where the magic happens.
Yeah.
Good deal. Now, of course, if you're not a soup person, no problem. Nook's got you covered with everything else. And here's something too. I want to point this out.
All right.
Because sometimes kids are not easy to please when it comes to food. If it's not a pizza or a chicken nugget, they don't really want to look at it.
Yeah.
But you've got foods like your chicken, like you have your chicken
finger.
Your chicken fingers.
Yeah.
Kids love those too.
Yes.
So if you're like, I'd love to try this, but there's no way my kid's going to want to eat because they only
Well, my chicken finger are different because I bread is right there and fried is fresh.
It's fried differently too. Yeah. It's delicious. But that's going to be something I think like kids, adults love them too. They're delicious.
Yeah.
But
some
but something like your kid that's going to look at it and say, "Oh, okay, that looks like something I'd want to eat." Because kids are just unless you're Abby here, kids like certain things and that's it. She grew up eating all of Nook's Asian food, so it's home to her.
Another meal too that's kid friendly, like a beef pepper steak, beef and broccoli, sweet and sour, sesame chicken, garlic chicken. Anything that I make it there, it doesn't mean I have to make it hot.
Sure.
I can make without chili.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Kid friendly.
Anything. Yes.
And the beef and broccoli, it's great. I've had that many times. I love the beef and broccoli. Any of the chicken fried rice or fried rice is great. General Tso's chicken's great. I mean, all of it's great. There's nothing.
General Tso's chicken is if some kid that can handle a little bit of heat, that will be fine for them because it's not too hot.
You're right.
Yeah. But sometimes I have to say this. Sometimes I come out hotter than last batch because of the ginger is different. The chilies are different.
Sure.
Because this is something you can't control.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes you get a hotter chili than others. Yeah.
Sometimes kind of like that.
Yeah.
Even lamb. Sometimes my food. Why? Like to me itself. Sometimes I try the lamb. Why is this bitter? Something like that. So something you can't control it. But it makes your food, it's a little bit different.
It makes the uniqueness to it.
I try to make it the same, but sometimes it's hard. Let's say that.
When you get
something,
that's the beauty of fresh ingredients and fresh. It's you get the best quality stuff, but it's fresh because it's natural. And it's like if you ever go to the farmer's market here on Saturdays versus going to the grocery store and buying produce. If you're buying like produce from gardens and things, they sometimes don't look as pretty as the ones sitting in the grocery stores.
Exactly.
And that's because they're not pumped up with the hormones and the chemicals and all the things that commercial farmers do to try to yield the most product out of their stuff.
But they got some different flavor.
Yeah. But here's the thing. The homegrown produce that may look a little smaller or a little less green or yellow has got 10 times more flavor. It's a better like your like tomatoes and things.
Jalapeno. Let's say jalapeno. Let's say even me go shopping by myself in here and there. Sometimes I get big old giant jalapeno. That one I guarantee is not hot.
Right.
But if you got the midget, the little
tiny one, it'll light you up.
That one's gonna hurt.
But of course, I just saw the time, so we better wrap this up a little bit here. But folks, come if you want, come and try the food first and try and eat, and then if you're thinking, you know what, I can make this. Then talk to Nook. She'll show you the ingredients on the shelf that you need to buy, and even tell you some tips on how to cook it.
If you come to me with a ton of questions, don't come to me at lunchtime.
Yeah, come not at a meal time. That's a little less busy in the kitchen for her.
A little bit late in the afternoon.
Yeah,
you know, rush. You're walking around waiting for food. So enjoy the market. Let's say that. Enjoy the Asian market.
Shop around, and I'll tell you. And here's the move.
I will have time to come out and talk.
Bring the family because you've got everything. You've got like sweets and snacks and things for like lunches and stuff. They can pack ramens that are very easy to prepare and fix.
Now another thing. The Ramon soda is back.
Oh, okay.
After it's been gone for about 2 months, we ran out. Totally plumb out. My distributor are out. Now it's come back on the shelves again.
Good. So if you've been craving it, get in there while the getting's good.
Because obviously it goes fast. You know what's funny? I have actual work I need to do, but there's food in here, so it can wait.
Come back again,
that's why I'm back. I'm like,
hey, barbecue pork will do that. But come by and shop.
Yes.
Shop this. I'm telling you, they got great ingredients. Come. Like if you always wanted to make your own sticky rice and things like that, she can help you get our own Thomas Beard, whose cooking skills are better than they used to be.
Yes, true.
He is now quite proficient.
You want a bowl for your own soup at home? We got it now. You got a traditional spoon or anything.
Rice in bulk.
Basic anything that you need for the Asian dish, you can find it there.
Absolutely. And then, of course, come on down for lunch or dinner.
Yes.
You can dine in or carry out, or are you still on DoorDash and all of that, or To You or any of those?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. Okay, so just come in, carry out, or dine in.
Call and order.
Call ahead and pick up. All of that's it's a great way to do it. And trust me, you're gonna love whatever you try. If you're not comfortable like trying new things sometimes, some people are a little nervous when it comes to trying new things.
Yes.
Make your first time, go get the chicken fried rice. That's pretty simple, safe. It's fried rice. And then I guarantee you're going to love that, and you're like, okay, I want to try something. If this is this good, I want to try something that I've never tried before.
So I got 21 menus. So I got you covered for a month.
Very good. You can try 21 different things and not have the same dish.
1 menu a day.
You got almost a month. You got 3/4 of a month to get it done. So notice he took the food with him.
He should hide the food now.
He went very rapidly. I don't think we're going to see him anymore today. Very good. Give the store and restaurant hours for everybody.
The address is 5700 South Main Street. Head to the Roswell Airport.
Okay.
I will be on your right-hand side.
Okay.
A store hour, Monday to Saturday, 10 to 7.
Okay.
Sunday, 12 to 7. The restaurant only Monday to Saturday, 11 to 7.
Very good. So come by Monday through Saturday, anytime between 11 and 7, and try anything we're talking about.
Soup is only on Saturday.
Soup Saturdays.
Yes.
Don't forget, Soup Saturday. If you want to try these soups, come see her the day after tomorrow.
Yes.
Tomorrow's Friday. So Saturday morning. Get out there. They open at 11.
Yes.
You can come on out and get you soup. Trust me, it's worth the trip. I might see you Saturday. I have my wife come and load up on a. Can you sell by the gallon? How big you sell those?
Just you, I'm going to give you a special deal.
How about an IV bag that I can just hook it right up to me?
We're going to have a what is it, the bed.
That's right.
Right up in the bed.
I need to be bedside to consume my soup, please.
Yeah.
Just hook it up to me and suck it in. So, awesome. Well, thank you, Nook, as always.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it, and we look forward to our next visit.
All right.
All right. Take care. Well, nice to meet you, Abby.
Okay, what are you going to say? Thank you, Mike.
All right.
All right.
All right. Take care. Well, we can go home, or we probably got to go help Mom get ready for lunch, I'm guessing. So we'll let you do that.
Wait for next trip, she's going to be sure more.
That's right. Well, learn it all. You're going to be cooking it next time. So.
You need to small.
All right. It is 9:52. Let's get you up to date with news and quick break before we go. Don't go away.
Now for a Pecos Valley News
you,
update,
guys.
I'm Jared Cirillo. Roswell Police Department Lieutenant Ron Smith recently graduated from the Command and Staff Leadership Program of the National Command and Staff College. Lieutenant Smith was among 23 law enforcement commanders who graduated this month from the 8-week Leadership Education Program. The program consisted of 6 weeks of online education, followed by 2 weeks of in-person classroom learning at the St. Charles Parish Sheriff's Office Training Center and Special Services Complex in Luling, Louisiana. The City of Roswell's Keep Roswell Beautiful program has been granted $28,000. That money will be used for a variety of projects, some of which are a litter prevention campaign, large trash cans to be used at events, cleanup supplies for community cleanup efforts, a recyclable art youth project, a pollinator garden at the zoo, the annual Arbor Day tree seedlings giveaway, and a community mural. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Kamala Harris was too busy promoting the bail fund to get the rioters that were arrested out of jail quicker so they could rejoin their comrades in the activities that they're involved in. Democrats barely mentioned it, downplayed it, denied it outright. And, there's no commission on last summer's 574 riots. Okay, why not? Because that can't happen either. 25 people dead, thousands injured, billions of dollars in property damage, and we're not going to take that seriously? I don't get it. Why? Because it's not politically expedient for them. It's a simple answer, not complicated.
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
Oh, according to research, 82% of people remember radio ads. That means that 82% of you listening right now will remember that this is an ad for ZipRecruiter. If you're hiring, 82% of you will recall that ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster and easier. And 82% of you will note that you can try ZipRecruiter for free today. But you have to go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Yes, free. 82% of you will keep in mind that ZipRecruiter's technology finds qualified people for your job and actively invites them to apply.
Is that you? Who are you talking to?
82% of you will also know that I, live with my mom. But the most important thing to note is that ZipRecruiter works. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Will you be part of the 82% who remember where you can try ZipRecruiter for free? It's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Again, that exclusive link is ZipRecruiter.com/free. How much? Free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Free.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. High pressure over West Texas will be moving dry air into eastern New Mexico today. Looks like we'll stay mostly sunny, but we can't rule out an isolated afternoon thunderstorm around Carlsbad and Artesia. Our afternoon highs will be in the low 90s. Overnight, partly cloudy and about 70, and then we're in the low to mid 90s and mostly sunny on Friday. Sunny Saturday, shower Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With an SRN News Business Brief, I'm Jeremy House. U.S. economic growth stayed strong in the second quarter.
The Commerce Department says U.S. gross domestic product grew at a seasonally adjusted annualized rate of 6.5% from April to June. The annualized growth rate indicates how much the U.S. economy would have grown if the second quarter's pace had lasted for 12 months. A number of economists had expected GDP to grow roughly 8% in the second quarter, but a sharp jump in inflation, supply shortages driven by the reopening rush, and the surge of the COVID-19 Delta variant later in the quarter caused some analysts to trim down their estimate shortly before the new report. Bernie Bennett reporting.
The number of Americans collecting unemployment benefits slid last week. The Labor Department reporting jobless claims fell by 24,000 to 400,000. And Google is postponing return to the office for most workers until mid-October. With business, I'm Jeremy House.
The days are filled with the smell of barbecue and the sound of kids playing in the pool. The nights are filled with the flash of fireworks. Yeah, it's tailgate season in Roswell, and here at the Tailgate Nation, we're doing our best to help your family make the most of it. Roswell Ford has the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in southeastern New Mexico, starting at just $5,000. We're talking premium, late-model cars, trucks, and SUVs you'll be proud to own and delighted to drive. Each one has passed a rigorous 139-point inspection, and Roswell Ford gives you a 3-day money-back guarantee so you can buy without being shy. Right now, your trade-in has never been worth more, so if you're upside down, this might be the time for you to get right side up again. Or consider selling your current vehicle. Roswell Ford is paying top dollar for good, clean, used cars and trucks. So why not stop by and see what it's worth? It's tailgate season and America calling. Begin your family adventure with a fresh new ride from the Tailgate Nation, Roswell Ford, at the corner of 9th and Main.
Chimera has been providing Southeast New Mexico state-of-the-art medical care for over 22 years. Chimera specializes in providing top-quality care for cancer patients, diabetes, thyroid conditions, heart disease, and rheumatoid conditions. Chimera would like to welcome Chris McGoldrick to the team. He brings a wealth of knowledge and compassion to Chimera. Chris specializes in rheumatoid conditions and is ready to help you. Call Chimera 627-9500. Chimera Independent Physicians, here for you.
Bob Reed Pest Control is committed to providing the most modern pest control management solutions for homes and businesses. Bob Reed can handle every aspect of pest control, from general insects to trees, shrubs, yard treatments, and commercial weed control. They're the only authorized Centricon termite elimination system operator in southeastern New Mexico. No job is too big or too small. Call Bob Reed Pest Control today. Southeastern New Mexico's pest management professionals, 623-5344, and find them fast in names and numbers.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The ball on top of a flagpole is called a truck. Mess with your friends today by pointing at a flagpole and say, "Hey, check out the truck on top of that flagpole." Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 10 o'clock. That's going to do it for us. If you missed any part of the show, catch it, ksvptv.com, in the Mornings with Mike Winters channel, or on our 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM Facebook wall. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, or Roswell, New Mexico. Have a delightful day. Thanks for allowing us to be a part of it. We'll talk to you bright and early.